Man, that just sounds better than ever.
Yeah, I know. Cheers, man. Man, it's always something a little different.
We're so thirsty.
I know. It's always something a little different when it's just the two of us in here. It kind of just like makes me feel good about like kind of going back to the roots. You know, these episodes don't necessarily get the views, but honestly, I just know the chemistry is always going to be so. I don't know. It's exciting. It's an exciting energy.
So for the viewers out there, I want y'all to go back to what was the last episode that we just did? When it was just me and you.
It was like 3
Like
ago,
a month
I
ago,
think.
maybe?
Yeah, maybe a month ago.
Where you said that same thing.
Did I really?
Yeah. No, it might not
Good.
have been the last one, but it was the one before that when I came back from
then
Gatlinburg.
that only confirms.
Oh, you pouring up some shots for us?
Yeah, man. I think it's a special occasion.
I think
man.
it is a special occasion, man.
Yeah, it's been.
What are we celebrating here?
We're celebrating just
Fucking brotherhood.
brotherhood.
Damn, and college football and NFL
College
coming back.
football's coming up. You just
God, that shit looks full as fuck.
you moving into the house.
So full of so much liquor.
you you moving into the new house.
Yeah, I just closed on my house, man.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man. I
Hell
really
yeah,
am.
thank you.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch you grow as a young man.
Well,
Not to get too
it's been fun to watch you grow as an old man.
yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, man.
So you know why they put the shot glass down on the table, right?
You told me once, but I don't remember.
It apparently it's supposed to show like gratitude and respect to the establishment. So I feel like that's never been more appropriate than now.
Okay.
We're showing respect to the fucking establishment. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
But in this motherfucker, what's up?
Yeah. I don't know. Just I've been having that itch for football, and it's something that I don't usually get this early before the season kicks off and shit. But yeah, the terrible fantasy year has kind of gotten me. Like,
Oh, really?
I got that itch. I got that burn. I've been.
See, I don't know if it could be kind of related because I've had this like thought of like I've never been more like I think I'm going to appreciate this year's football season more than I ever have. And I think that's because I've been itching for it since it fucking ended.
Yeah.
But that could be because the Eagles lost the Super Bowl to the Chiefs.
You want to get back out there. I know that
I'm
feeling
so
too.
fucking ready for it.
Because
Goddamn.
Because
let's go.
the Eagles have that team that's going to be at the end they're going to be in the NFC
and the first 4
Championship.
games for the Eagles are easy.
Yeah, who the guy? I remember hearing it was
it's like Houston and like some fucking
maybe like
easy games.
Maybe like Detroit.
Yeah, it's not fucking fun.
Yeah, the defenses they played in that opening game, not too tough, I don't think. But
Speaking of the Eagles, it's 7-3 against the Ravens right now. We're losing.
Preseason. Was that 23 in a row for the Ravens in
It'll
preseason?
be 24 if they win. Yeah.
Yeah,
So let's see.
that's kind of crazy. A really crazy stat.
I know.
I think that really shows good coaching.
I think
It has to.
Yeah.
There's no way it doesn't.
So it's for the Eagles. First game is on the 10th. It's the Patriots, then the Vikings, Bucks,
Okay.
Commanders, Rams, Jets. Never mind. This is not an easy schedule. I don't know where I got that from.
Okay.
Patriots, Eagles, Bucks. Patriots, Vikings, Bucks, Commanders, Rams, Jets, Dolphins, Commanders, Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, 49ers, Cowboys, Seahawks.
That's what happens when you
Giants, Cardinals, Giants.
That's what happens when you take number 1
God
seeds.
damn, son.
You get the shitty end of the stick.
At least we play the Rams and the Colts. No, we don't play the Colts. Sorry, we play the Rams. Divisional game. Everybody, we play every team from the NFC or AFC East, which sucks because they're good as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, opening against the Eagles week 1 kind of sucks as a Patriots fan.
Yeah, it's in Philly too. Oh no, it's in New England.
It's in New England. Yeah,
that's right.
I got a lot of optimistic. I'm a little optimistic.
You got a lot of
about it.
optimistic?
I got a lot of optimistic.
Okay.
Actually,
No.
I
got more optimistic than ever.
I'm a little more optimism about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, it's been nice to we kind of had the
Luxury.
the luxury of just having some beers before the show. It was a lot of fun.
Man. Not having a guest gives us so much freedom.
Yeah. We're just sitting here chill, listening to me.
Saturday, we ain't got no kids.
Yeah,
All our
cheers,
guests have
man.
have kids. Cheers again,
I
man. That's
know.
number 3.
Yeah,
Ding,
what's this?
ding, ding.
56.
6, I believe. Yeah.
Episode 56. Yeah, I still have the same passion I did
so good.
when it started. I
That's
feel
so
like
fun, dude.
Yeah,
That's so fun.
it's
It's a little different. I feel like we address the audience a little different than we used to.
Yeah, I guess how would we address the audience back in episode like 5.
Maybe
or
we're
6.
more like broadcasters before, and now we're just kind of
like just
having
go
a
with the flow
conversation. Yeah,
podcast.
we go with the flow a lot more, yeah.
I think that there was
which has
definitely
definitely made it more enjoyable for us.
yeah.
Maybe more enjoyables for the listeners. More enjoyables. Plural.
The slurs.
Plural
on the
of
video.
enjoyable. Let us know in the comments if you like it more.
Dude,
let us know what we should fucking do different. Like, I mean, we're not like we want to grow the podcast, obviously, 'cause
We
it'd be
do.
fun, but it's so much fun just doing this shit. However,
It
the fuck we
is.
want.
It is. Like if you like want to bring back, because I was thinking about like the album of the week and the movie shout
That's
out
what I
of
looked
the
at my
week.
phone for earlier, and I forgot.
That's
to look
some
at
of
my
the
album
that
week.
was I really enjoyed doing some of that shit, man.
I've been all over the place with music lately, man.
I've been listening to hell, I played it for you earlier, and you was like, "Holy
Death.
shit,
Yeah.
Death!" Yeah, Sound of Perseverance, right?
Sound of Perseverance. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that album is
Heavy
a
as fuck.
technical,
It's
like
fucking heavy as shit.
black metal, thrash metal masterpiece. Really,
Right.
like
I
it's
had
just so good. Like that whole album is just so good.
I guess I don't really have an
It's like-
album, but that guy that's fucking blowing up, Anthony Oliver.
You was telling me about
That
him
fucking
on the
country
way to the
dude.
store
He's
today.
fucking good as fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
that's the big dude with the beard, right?
I mean, he's not a big dude.
He's not just a
regular.
Oh, that's right.
He's
that's
like
right.
just a good old blue collar boy.
Yeah, he got
Blue
like
collar, if you will.
Oh, nice! Shout out! Cheers to that.
Cheers to fucking dude. I mean, I'm telling you, like, if you guys haven't listened to that guy yet, if you're not on social media, I mean, he's blowing up. That song, Richmond, North of Richmond.
Yeah, he's got soul. You
That
was
song's
playing. I
blowing
hadn't
up,
heard
dude.
him
His
until
voice is good as fuck, and he plays a little dobro. It's just him and his fucking guitar.
Yeah,
It's cool as shit.
it's nice because it seems like it's authentic. Like it's real.
It's so authentic, dude.
You can tell it's not like some processed
Like,
bullshit.
So I
It's
went to
just
his
good
YouTube
music.
the other day. You know, I'm in the new house, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna pull up YouTube while I'm doing some laundry. And I turned the fucking TV up like loud as fuck, like 60 or 70 so I could hear upstairs. And while I'm doing laundry, and I hear him, so I started YouTube, and it's just like auto playing,
Yeah,
and you could hear him saying, "This is a song I wrote, and it's a true story about my life, and it's about him needing to get sober." And it's like, and he's like dirty as fuck in the video. Like he just got off work and just wanted to play guitar. So fucking, I'm gonna make a video.
damn.
Like that's what it really seems like. It's like super. It's like as genuine as you can fucking get.
Yeah,
I respect that shit, man.
dude. How was it? Staying the night at your house for the first time.
It was last night. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I was so exhausted, dude. 'Cause I just
You
worked.
just passed out.
Well, I mean, I'm normally a day shift guy. I work fucking 7 to 3:30,
Yeah.
and then this week on Wednesday and Thursday I worked 2 night shifts. So
Okay.
Wednesday I worked like my 4 hours and found out, oh hey, you need to go home and go to sleep because you got to work tonight.
Oh damn.
All right. So I went home, went to sleep. You know, worked 12 hours from 7 to 7 that night, and then did it again Thursday night, 7 to 7. So Friday, I got to go back to the fucking day shift on Monday. So I'm like, I don't want to sleep super long. I don't want to sleep like, you know, when I get home off work Friday morning because then
Yeah.
I'll just be on night shift schedule. It'd be hard to switch that shit.
Right.
So I took like an hour nap at like 3 o'clock, and that was about it. So at 11 o'clock, I was fucking tired.
You're
And I crashed. I slept like a rock last night. I was
There's
so
something
tired.
weird like
It might be different tonight.
I think we've always anybody who's like bought a house or rented a house or just moved in general. It seems like those first few like weeks, it's like it feels like you're house squatting.
Yeah, for sure.
Seems like you're just like
It's definitely weird.
you wake up, you're like, this is a little weird. Like
And like the floorboards are still settling, so like you can still smell the fucking
all
dusty,
the
woody.
new, yeah.
I think I've been like fucking hanging curtains and like building shit in the house, like tables and couches, and it
Yeah.
smells like I've been drilling through wood.
a lot of sawdust
Yeah,
in the air.
it's a little stinky. Yeah,
There has to be something nice about having a house that
no one's ever lived in.
no one's ever lived in.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. We got lucky, man. We got super lucky.
Yeah.
The house was on the market
They
for like
ain't no
100
damn
days.
cum stains on the wall or no shit
Yet.
like that. Yeah. No damn crispy fucking carpets or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's cool, man. It's nice, man. It's so weird. Like me and Gabby was in the house the other day. I was like, I grew up in a fucking trailer, and I'm in this now.
It's you've been kind of thinking about that a little bit. I always think about stuff like
It's
that.
crazy, man. It's crazy to like be here. You know, we have a podcast.
Yeah, it's weird, right? People come up to me and be like, you know, kind of say something about the podcast, and it's the like I said, I've always said this. If you're like a long term listener, you know I've said this a lot that like it's the people you don't expect that come.
Oh,
up and
yeah,
talk
for
to
sure,
you, you know?
dude.
The people, it's like, oh wow, like
You have
I
a
can't.
oh yeah, I listened to the episode the other day. It's
yeah, I
cool as
listened to
fuck.
the episode with Alex Meese counting cards.
That's cool, dude. I've gotten so much compliments on that episode. Like people are like,
Yeah.
"That's your best episode," and it's like one of our least viewed.
I know that one. Yeah, that.
So like, if y'all are listening right now and you haven't listened to the Alex Smith episode, go listen. to that shit.
listen. It's a whole.
I mean, and I'll 100% agree. That's probably our most interesting guest we ever had.
It's definitely, and we've had a lot. At least
Like some fucking unique
like
people for
all
sure.
the people we've had on, they've always been super, super unique in their own way.
But like, as far as like interesting, I feel like Alex Smith is the most interesting person.
Yeah, because he was like he was saying like fuck the 9 to 5.
And maybe that's just because he is the most successful as far as like he's definitely the most wealthy person we've had on the podcast. I mean, that's what makes him the most interesting.
Yeah, probably
because it's such a like unique way of making money, and he's successful at it.
Money doesn't change you; it exposes you.
Oh
that's
my
what
god!
He said.
And
I was like, oh,
and
shit.
dude, and it's not like he fucking came up just had it handed to him.
Yeah,
he
earned
fucking
that
grinds,
shit.
son. He on the grind every
Yeah.
note. He grinding.
Shine. Alex Stein 99, look him up.
Brown
He does.
Time, Alex Stein,
yeah, he does those.
99.
He goes to like the city council meetings in Texas, and where they allow the public to come in and kind of like give their thoughts on like what they need to change.
It's open mic.
Yeah, open mic.
They have it like every week or every
And
month.
this guy Alex Stein 99 comes in, and he'll rap. He'll like he's a white guy, so it's like super cringy. If you love the cringe,
So cringe.
please check this out.
That was when Elden Ring came out.
Damn, really?
That was when we were playing Elden Ring when that first
Elden
happened.
Ring is one of
so
the
good.
best games I have ever fucking played.
It's so good.
And I never beat it. I got 100 hours into it right now. I just my problem is like
100 hours is not that much.
I know, but that's a lot for like a campaign game.
Yeah,
You know?
I suppose. I don't think you definitely don't have 100 hours.
Oh no, I do.
There's no
I
way.
went back and played it again when we moved upstairs.
100 hours is so many hours
Yeah.
to beat the game.
Yeah.
I don't think you have 100 hours. Did you look at it?
Yes, I have 100
Damn.
hours
I
into
don't think
it.
you just showed me that. 'Cause I
It
don't
was
believe
it
you.
was
I still don't believe
85 when I downloaded it to like bring it
to
like
the other PlayStation. Yeah.
to the other PlayStation upstairs, and then I played it for probably 15 hours, and then ended up playing Legend of Dragoon.
You never beat it?
Still haven't beat it. I've beaten like almost all the bosses.
I
That's
guess you
the
can
problem.
spend like fucking 10 hours on
Dude,
a goddamn boss and
There's
die over and over.
so many bosses, so many and I'm just trying to kill them all.
Yeah.
And I keep that's the problem is I gotta complete the game. The
I
first
understand
play,
that.
you know, I try
I was
try to
I
like
was talking
beat
about
all the side quests because I think it makes it the end easier. You know,
Right. I was talking to my buddy Jacob, and we were talking about RuneScape, and I was like, I think this game imitates life in such a way, like, because really life isn't always the fucking most joyful, happy thing where you're doing everything you want to do all the time. Like sometimes when you're playing video games, you got to do the shitty stuff to like get to make the enjoyable stuff more enjoyable.
RuneScape has actually taught me one thing for sure, and that's patience.
Patience. You gotta have patience.
Because we're talking about and we all know video games are, I mean they're a waste of time, but
They're
are
not.
they? But are they a waste of time?
I mean, what is a waste of time? It's fucking
Right.
taking a nap. Is that a waste of time?
Because like video games are like they seem expensive, but honestly, especially nowadays, like I said, I just put 100 hours into Skyrim. That's a $60 game.
you just did that.
Well, no, over time.
I was about to say,
But
you did that recently, or someone you're talking about in theoretical?
No, you just over time. I've put 100 hours into Skyrim, and I've spent $60 on that game. It's like I have definitely sitting down and playing that game in my home. I'm saving money versus like going out,
Right.
spending like trying to find that entertainment elsewhere because we're all searching for entertainment.
It's just like watching a movie. It's just like
yeah.
playing a board game, or
You got to cut your brain off somewhere to like at
Fucking
least just get away, kind
playing
of get that,
poker, or watching football. It's all a waste of time.
get that reset in your mind.
Like if we consider that a waste of time, what should you be doing instead?
I think that if I was going
Like if you're that person that says
if you're
it's a waste of
that
time.
person, I think learning something like
What would they
playing
say?
an instrument, like using that time.
Well, no, I'm saying like the person that says it's a waste of time. What would they say you should be doing instead?
That's my
Okay,
argument
okay.
is that like if I was going to make the argument that it was a waste of time, it's like you could be using that time to like read a book and learn something. You could use that time to learn chess. You could learn that time to some kind of like
Also a game.
That's fair, yeah. Or like play guitar. Like learn something that could be physically there. You're there. Physically in reality, your hands on the board, hands on
But
know
what's
what I'm
the
saying?
point? What's the point of doing that though? You're not making money. You're not providing for your family. You're not doing any of
That's
that.
a good question.
Like what would those? I think
That's a good
what those
question.
people are trying to say, like you're physically there, but at the end of the day, you're doing that to get away, anyways. You got to have that time to relax.
I think so.
Your body needs time to recover, and your mind also needs time to recover.
Yeah. Because we've talked about it. You got to work out your body and your mind.
You got to work out your
You
body.
got to give your body.
God damn, we're fucking full circle.
We are. Cheers. Number
Cheers.
5.
4.
I
lost
never.
count.
You've always.
We lost count.
I think we had 4 on the last one. Well, I guess
God damn,
of
I don't
course,
know.
yeah. But
I've always what?
shit, I lost my. What were we talking about?
Yep.
I lost.
We're
it.
talking about damn, dude, these motherfucking listeners
I
are like
know.
these dudes are so stupid.
no, it's just the way it is.
They'd be right. I'm not like disputing. that.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely.
He was talking about how it's playing how playing video games wastes time and
Yeah, I think that there is a little bit of we all have like when we sit down on the couch and like watch TV, it does seem like you always feel a little guilty afterwards. At least I do. I don't know about you, but like where it's like I kind of feel like I wasted time because there's so to be honest, I think the real argument is that there's always something that needs to be done that you could be doing that you're putting off and you're just playing games. I think that's what it boils down to.
So today, I had a thought that you say that I'm late to a lot of stuff, and I've been thinking about that lately. Because I feel like I'm pretty punctual as far as like whenever stuff like I need to be punctual on. But so I was planning on today leaving my house at 12 and going to pick Gabby up, and it's like 11:58, and I'm upstairs and I'm like, oh, but the washing machine's got 7 minutes, which would run past 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then I could put that load in the dryer so this shit don't sit in the washing machine all day.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, or I could sit here for 2 minutes and then just leave. And I think like that part of my brain, I'm like, I don't want to just sit here and do nothing when I could go up there and fold all my clothes out of the dryer and throw this shit in there. I could be busy for 7 minutes versus.
Well, I understand like being busy and like doing the things, but like for me, the time is more important, at least for
which
me.
I'm also glad.
It's like
that
I'll
did
do
that.
things up.
I guess it was more
point.
efficient to me in my mind.
Yeah, like I'll do things up until that point, and then it's like, okay, I need to leave. Like if I think it's like a 20-minute ride, I'll leave it like to account for traffic, like 30-minute ride.
Which I needed to be there at 12:30, and I showed up at 12:29.
Amazing content. We're talking.
Showed up 12:29, and then I had to wait on Gabby anyway.
Yeah, being late to things.
And then we were supposed to be at the place at 1 o'clock. We didn't get there to 1:16 because I had to wait on Gabby.
Dude, I haven't been
So
watching.
it worked out.
I haven't
Okay,
been
good.
watching. I haven't been watching a whole lot of movies lately.
I haven't either. I've been watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I actually watched instead of watching that last night, I couldn't log into Hulu on the TV, but I logged into Netflix and watched Chappelle Show
How
last night.
about yeah?
Chappelle Show is so funny.
It holds up. It's
One
still
that made me laugh so hard. I completely forgot about this. This is when he's on the car going home from the club, and he's got the white bitch in the car dancing with him, and he's like, "Damn, that dance is making my dick soft." And then it pans to the next scene, and he's in there with a black girl, and she's dancing, and he's like staring at her, and then her fucking titty pops out of her shirt, and he's like, man, he's like, and it's like showing his thoughts. He's like, man, I just felt guilty, like as if I did that with my mind, because the whole time I was thinking, let's go titty. So good.
Nah, Tyrone Biggums is like
The crackhead.
Dude, do you remember when we went to New
What about
Orleans?
Clayton Bigsby?
Clayton Bigsby, the fucking black white supremacist.
It's funny, dude.
Oh my god, that's old. Oh, could you imagine something like
That's
that?
like the
coming
first 2 episodes.
out? Could you imagine something like that coming out today? That shit was on like basic cable, Comedy Central.
Oh, I mean, whenever the episode where the bitch's titty pops out, it
Yeah.
shows the nipple. It shows all of it. That was on Comedy Central. A whole titty pops out.
Wow. What about the fucking crackhead speaking to the children at the school?
Oh yeah. And he's like, oh, an acid, the cheapest drug.
Yeah.
Even kids could afford
You
it.
can go down to 4th Street and buy it from Jerome on the block.
And he's like, and I watched this last night. He goes, and I went home and I sat there and I did the acid. And he's like, and then Scooby Doo and Bugs Bunny came
All
out
my
and they
friends.
sang my favorite songs with me for 16 hours.
It's like for
All my
drugs.
all my
The children.
what do you say? All my cartoon heroes came and sang songs with me for 16 hours. And they're like the kids are taking notes, crack, marijuana, heroin.
Right.
It's
What
so
the
funny.
fuck, dude?
And then he steals the radio and goes out.
It's amazing comedy, but it's like where's
And
the
that was like the
line?
first sketch comedy.
Yeah, Neil Brennan was writing the shit.
Really?
Yeah,
That doesn't surprise me.
yeah. Neil Brennan and
So funny.
Dave Chappelle, they were like the duo.
Damn, dude.
Neil Brennan's so fucking.
Even in the
funny,
first
too.
like fucking 2 episodes, he's talking about how he's gonna get paid from Comedy Central.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then 50 mil comes up and he runs away
oh man.
because they wanted to censor him.
Yeah.
He denied 50 mil
Yeah.
to leave. $50 million.
Yeah, I thought it was even more than that.
It was 50 million.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he just dipped and then came back shredded with.
Only
like
reason I know, or I mean, it could be wrong, but the J. Cole lyric, should I run away from 50 mil like Dave Chappelle?
oh, well, then there you go. Yeah.
I would assume he's right.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Why would you write the song? He
Why
seems
would
like
you-
a pretty
why would
intellectual
you-
person.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't write
When
that.
I run
with it
away
being unfactual.
Should I run away from 50 mil like Dave Chappelle?
He went to like South Africa, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think so.
And came back fucking jacked.
Yeah,
Ready
he
to do
was-
comedy, baby.
Yeah.
Ready to do fucking comedy at 50 years
He
old.
came back and became even bigger than he was.
I don't know if it's
People-
weirder seeing him old or seeing him young.
I know. When you go back and look, it's like skinny ass, scrawny Dave Chappelle. And then you go looking now, it's like he looks healthy.
He looks like a fucking grown man
Yes.
with kids. And that's what he is.
yeah,
But damn, dude.
yeah. Dude, I've been watching a lot of. I've still been watching a lot of comedy. I watched the new. Have you watched the new Chris Rock special? We might have
No,
talked about
I
it.
haven't really watched. The last stand-up I watched was Mark Norman, which was all the shit we saw live.
Yeah, which makes it a little weird to see it again.
Yeah, I fell asleep in it.
But I have to say that was a
It was funny.
pretty funny special. Definitely like
funny.
towed that line.
There was one that made me, I forget which bit made me laugh. Like, actually laugh. I knew it was coming. It still made me laugh hard as fuck.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
It's probably, I think it was
Mark
something about
Norman's.
gay people because he does. He toes the line
He
about all of it.
does.
But I love it. That's how it should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, he's hilarious, man.
That's exactly how it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, him and who else did I watch the other day? Yeah, Chris Rock special. I watched that not too long ago. John Mulaney's new special was.
Oh, I did watch that. I watched that
Baby
one
J.
before. Yeah, Baby J.
Baby J was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah.
It wasn't his best.
The one, yeah, it definitely wasn't.
And
He
Tom
talked
Segura's-
about he was like, yeah, and I had his drug, was it his drug dealer or it was one of his friends? It was no, it was Pete Davidson. He had in there labeled as fucking Al Pacino.
yeah,
So
yeah,
stupid.
that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't watched that, definitely go watch it.
Yeah.
And Sledgehammer's fucking hilarious.
Sledgehammer is better than Baby J, I think.
I think so too, but I still don't think Sledgehammer's Tom Segura's best either.
I think it is.
It's his best as far as like how good he is, but it's
Yeah.
not his best as far as like how funny it is.
I don't know. I liked. I think for me it was my favorite.
Like I feel like his delivery was the best on Sledgehammer,
Oh, it definitely was.
but I don't think that
definitely was.
the bits were as funny as like
Dude,
completely normal.
the bit where he got his
It's so
mom
funny.
drunk and she's like, you
Or
tried to-
Howlin'.
you tr- you
And
tried to-
edibles.
yeah, you tried to kill me last night, Tommy. I know you'll try to kill me.
The bit where he had his son in the shower with him is the one
that
really
was like a
fucking loses it.
wild fucking bit, man. That's a wild bit.
But I don't think he like closed as good as I was hoping he would.
Oh, I loved
It was fucking hilarious.
thought
I
it was
laughed the whole
tight.
time.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
He opens up with, "When are they gonna stop tearing down the Confederate statues?"
I know.
And everyone's like, "Whoa!" Like you hear it echo through the fucking building.
The funny thing is like Tom Segura is like trolling now.
Oh, he is. He's so good.
because
At
he's
it.
gotten to the point where it's like
I'm glad he brought up Garth Brooks.
between exactly.
I'm so glad he brought.
Like
up
if you're a
Garth
Tom
Brooks.
Segura fan and you've been a Tom Segura fan, this is the fucking special.
He's doing specials for his podcast.
yes,
That's-
he's doing a
that's
special
good,
for his
yeah.
fucking fans. Like it's like a almost like a podcast style to where like he is talking.
Which that's who's going to see him. The people that listen to the
yes,
podcast.
so it's a fucking. That's why I think it's like his best. Is
Do you think that's in our future? Stand-up comic, being a stand-up comic.
not for me.
Like, what if the podcast really blew up, and you saw the future in being a stand-up comedy or being a stand-up comic?
I mean, I guess if that at that point, I mean, I might would give it a go, but I don't think.
Like, if we were making a living off doing a podcast,
Like, would I try to do stand-up comedy?
just because people like you think the fans would.
It
come
would
and see
cross
you.
my mind. I don't know if I would do it, but it would cross my mind. I think
That'd be funny. That'd be kind
I
of.
might
That's an interesting thought.
I might at least like go down to like the Comedy Zone on Mike Night and like try something.
Because like most of the people that are doing stand-up now or doing podcasts now started as stand-up comics. Or they got famous off Vine or like whatever
Yeah.
else. Like you look at Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they got famous off Vine and Disney and.
did you watch that fight?
Yeah.
With
I
Nate
watched the
Diaz?
highlights.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz is old. He got clobbered, man.
He looked old.
He looked like shit. He looked like a fucking old dude.
He's looked like he's looked in
He had
his
some
past
saggy
fucking
titties.
fat.
It's saggy. His
Got-
fat fucking life. Dude had saggy fucking wrinkly titties.
I know.
He was wrinkly.
He
He looked wrinkly,
I
man.
know.
It hurts.
I know.
I don't want to see
I-
Nate Diaz wrinkly.
I know it hurts.
I don't want to see Nate Diaz wrinkly, man.
Shout out last episode with Heavy Diesel.
Heavy D and the
With-
boys.
with the-
I know it hurts. The hot takes.
I don't think Bill Cosby did it.
Clip that. Someone
No.
clip that.
Yeah.
Someone clip that. Someone clip him saying that. Yeah, I don't. Oh, man.
You're going to see a clip of me out there. I don't think Bill Cosby did it. If we were big, that would happen 100%.
It would. Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah,
I don't. It hurts to see Nate
And
Diaz
it's like-
wrinkly, man.
yeah, it
He's
does.
so wrinkly and old and fat and just.
He's not fat, but like he's not the same guy.
Even in the fucking press conference.
Even
he just
in the
wasn't-
press
yeah.
conference, dude. Jake Paul's got speed, he's got power. He's not the guy he was when he started. We've talked about that. He's taking it serious. If you take anything serious for 2 or 3 years, you're going to get naturally better year by year.
Do you think they ever actually do an MMA fight?
No.
Why not?
I don't know, because it hasn't been done yet. It seems like they're going to, and I really do hope it happens. And I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm here to tell you, Jake Paul beats him.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think that happens. But I think Jake Paul's agent is like, fucking do it. There's so much money.
What if he does?
Not to mention, it's the first time a boxer has ever went to MMA.
We all want to see it.
There's always been the crossover fights
Yes.
from MMA to boxing. There's never
And it's
a fucking.
unfair, man. It's like, come on.
I mean, Clarissa Shields is the only one that's went from boxing to MMA, but not really like a crossover episode.
Uh-huh.
There's never been fucking a boxing legend versus a UFC legend.
Yeah, I'm listening to some of the commentary.
It's
during
always
that,
like a boxer that's like starts at the bottom, or like
Yeah.
Bo Nickel, a amazing wrestler that starts at the bottom, or like a fucking
Bo Nickel's so good.
what's the dude? Fucking Eminari role, the guy that goes Ryan
Hall?
Ryan Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
Who got his fucking head smashed in and got cut from UFC?
It was Dan Hooker that beat his
It wasn't
ass.
Dan Hooker. It was
It
some
wasn't?
rando.
Okay.
They just
Who
like
was
kept
it?
walking away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Dan Hooker
Which
fought a guy like
Ryan
that.
Hall is a fucking wizard.
Jiu-jitsu beast.
He's a
yeah.
wizard.
Yeah. He just kept going for the role.
Which he's landed, and he's so good at it. Which makes sense why he would do it. But fuck, dude, it kind of hurt to see him lose.
I know it hurts, man.
I know it hurts, man.
Yeah, he just like he was like, hey, he was just hanging out with a girl. They knew what it was about, and he just was like, here, you want to have a good time? Here's that
I'm
pill,
gonna address that
huh? Because of the implication.
because of the implication.
Always Sunny
is so funny, dude.
Yeah, I've seen so many clips.
Dude, it's
If you like Always Sunny, let us know in the comment section.
Like,
we need
I'm
more
pretty sure-
action in the comment
like
section.
the
Help us
fucking-
out.
The third episode is like based on the N word.
The first episode is
The third
the third.
episode in 2006 was based on the N word. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
That's the name of the episode. I'm pretty sure is the N word. Let me pull this shit up. I hope I'm not wrong. Always.
Remember the early episodes of The Office with like try my cookie.
Oh, it's so fucking bad.
It's so cringy, but it's honestly, you go back and
Fucking
watch it.
hilarious,
It's
dude.
if you can't handle the cringe, it's definitely cringier in season 1. But dude, it's funny. It's so funny. Episode 1. It's different, but it's funny.
Oh no, it's the first. It's the first episode. The gang gets racist.
They
The
were just-
first
they were just
episode.
going all in. They were like, let's do this. Let's be controversial. Let's get our name out there.
Following 3 friends who own and run a bar in Philadelphia, the guys hire Dee's friend Terrell as a promoter for the bar.
I'm gonna start watching. Listen, this is
get more
I'm gonna watch
for
some Always
get
Sunny.
more than for what they bargained for. And Charlie has to prove he's not racist.
Charlie-
Having to prove you're
is
not racist.
Charlie the
That's the fucking squirrely dude, yeah.
with the he's got the meme with the
the fucking
the
wire,
dots, connect the dot shit,
yarn.
yeah, the yarn, yeah, with the map, yeah.
The second episode, Charlie wants an abortion. The third episode, underage drinking a national concern. Charlie has cancer, gun fever. The gang finds a dead guy. Charlie gets molested. That's the first season.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino's kind of talked about how like
It's just
different,
all fucking
different like generations. How like in the '80s everything was very like Back to the Future. Very like
Right.
Steven
PC.
Spielberg.
Super PC.
Steven Spielberg was the best at it and is probably the greatest director of all time. But he created a lot of watered-down versions of himself in a way, which naturally comes with
for
everything.
sure.
That's great. You
Which,
know?
I mean, makes sense. Yeah.
So it's like seeing that is.
But, like, we say watered down, but, like, would you consider Joe Rogan watered down now from what he used to be?
No, I wouldn't.
I think he's just better at his craft.
He's definitely gotten better. Yeah.
But, like, also people that used to watch the podcast then that probably loved hearing him talk to Joe or Ari Shaffir and them saying fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Probably were like, oh, this is watered down now. They don't do the fucked up shit like they used to.
Yeah, it's weird when like you're a fan of like an early band or like.
Yeah, we always say it's watered down.
And like, who's gotten better with age and never stopped getting better with age? Like as far as music, director, a podcaster. I mean, yeah, Rogan has definitely.
Martin Scorsese. I mean, I wouldn't say he's gotten better with age, but like his first
stayed the same.
Christopher fucking Nolan. That's who's gotten better with age.
Okay, yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about
Christopher
Oppenheimer.
Nolan never stopped though.
Yeah, I think like the good directors, they kind of like the Coen brothers, they've stayed the same. They've stayed consistent since fucking Raising Arizona back in the 90s. They've stayed
was a dark
consistent across the board up until No Country for Old Men and Ballad for Buster Scruggs and all the shit they've put out here recently. And same for Quentin and same for Martin
Quentin's
Scorsese.
gotten better as he's went.
The good directors,
maybe not.
The good directors will definitely stand the test of time.
Well, the thing is that the good directors are good early on.
Yeah.
Like they start with their short films and they're fucking good.
Yeah. You know what? I think I might have talked about it a while back, but what movie kind of stuck with me was Buffalo 66.
Yeah, you did talk about it a little bit back.
Yeah, that movie.
That's Christina Ricci, right?
Yeah, Christina Ricci, and I can't remember. I think the director,
Bilbo Schwagans.
The director is also the lead actor.
You can pull that shit up.
You can pull that up, yeah, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, Jamie. I like how everyone calls you Jamie now.
I'm okay with it.
Even the guest.
Vincent Gallo is the actor.
And I think Vincent Gallo is the.
Vincent Gallo is also the director.
Okay. Yes. So.
I like that.
Yeah. So it's. You can tell that
Mickey Rourke is in that movie.
Oh,
he's
man.
the bookie.
Oh yes, he is.
Wow, he looks like shit.
He always looks like shit.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see a picture of him.
Dude,
there wasn't a picture of him on here. I just said that.
Yeah. Dude, one of the funniest things is
Nikki
Glazer.
He really looks like shit.
Nikki Glazer during the roast of
Oh, okay, hold on. Back in the day though, this dude was kind of slick.
Oh yeah, back in the day before he got all the like Botox and shit, he was a good looking dude. I think.
Oh, but until he wasn't.
Until like he just looked like the wrestler.
It was like Stifler's mom. But
the Botox back in the day, man. You know what? Shout out to the OG
Shout
Botox
out to Stifler's
bitches.
mom.
Yeah. Shout out to the OG Botox bitches. Who was just like, you know what?
Stifler's mom's not even that bad. Looking at it right now, it's not as bad as Mickey Rourke.
Well, yeah, Mickey Rourke is rough. Stifler's mom was like, she didn't get any worse. She's always been what she started as, I feel like. And she's funny as fuck, dude.
Oh, yeah. What's her name?
She's a comedy
Honestly,
icon.
in the first fucking movie, she's like kind of hot. Like looking at it right now, it's not that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like a joke. Like, oh, damn, that's like the MILF, bro.
Like, I don't know if I can show it to you, but
You're close.
It's not terrible.
Is that American Pie?
That's not terrible. That's the first one.
That's not bad.
That's not terrible.
Yeah, that's not bad. I get
Have
it.
you seen
It's funny. That's hilarious.
Schitt's Creek on Netflix?
No, but I've heard good things.
I think she's in that. I'm pretty sure like she's like a main character in that. Or no, it's not her. It's fucking dude's dad or dude's mom.
Oh, the bitch from Beetlejuice.
No, it's dude's fucking dude's dad. It's
the eyebrows.
yeah, it's fucking
What's
Levitt.
his name? Yeah. Damn it, I keep thinking Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but that's
Yeah, it's
obviously
Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy, yeah.
Eugene Levy, Dan Levy, and then his mom
His eyebrows are
or the
so
main
thick.
the main mom and
Thick.
in Schitt's Creek is Kevin.
Yeah.
From Home Alone.
Beetlejuice.
No, Oh, the same one.
Yeah, same
Okay.
bitch.
God damn, I haven't seen Beetlejuice in so long.
Yeah.
Catherine O'Hara.
Is that her name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, Schitt's Creek is funny as fuck.
I've heard good things.
Beetlejuice Beetlejuice 2. What about that?
I have to say that like the cast
coming out in
looks like
2024.
they can pull it off. Like Jenna Ortega is the modern version of like the edgy actor that's like, and you bring Michael Keaton back and
Winona Ryder, who are both fucking awesome.
Winona
They're
Ryder
fucking
is
awesome.
going to be in it, so it's like,
And it's Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was in the damn new Flash and he killed it.
Michael Keaton is a good actor.
He fucking
dude.
killed it. He doesn't look that old.
He's a good actor.
He looks just as old as he did in fucking Jack Frost.
Yeah.
In 2006.
He's been looking the same since like.
Good for him. Willem Dafoe's in that. Holy shit.
Dude, Willem Dafoe is a fucking
1998.
underrated
Michael
actor.
Keaton looks the goddamn same as he does now.
Oh man, yeah. Some actors never age.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt's aged, but he's aged gracefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's got the slick back.
I'll tell you who had
silver
an age with
fox
the
hair.
fuck, and that's Angelina Jolie. She looks like shit.
I haven't seen her in forever. She was hot back in the day, though.
I mean, she's still hot, but like, it's not the same. I'll tell you who aged gracefully is fucking Sandra Bullock. We'll do this. We'll do this again.
Yeah, we'll do this again.
Time and time and again, baby.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock getting
She's
speed.
so hot. A Time to Kill is the one for
A
me.
Time to Kill, yeah.
We're like, oh, because it's like that's such a weird fucking scene. Because Matthew McConaughey's like in love with his wife, but he's like kind of on the road. Like he's fighting for this fucking case
Yeah.
to free Samuel L. Jackson
Yeah.
because he killed the fucking dude
Yeah,
that raped his
raped
daughter.
his daughter, yeah.
And
what
then,
a fucking movie.
And Sandra
God.
Bullock is like the young person.
Yeah, she's his
the
wife,
young
yeah.
fucking like ready to fucking like fight for some shit.
Yeah.
Like trying to make her name as a lawyer.
That's a great movie, dude.
And she's helping him out, and they're like in the hotel together, and she like comes on to him, and like he's kind of already wants it, but, like doesn't let it happen, you know, like this sexual tension. You know?
Yeah, resist the temptation. Yeah.
But like he does though. It's good for him though. He does. That's what you're supposed to do. You a fucking married man with kids.
Yeah.
But she's so hot. It's like how did he do it? Don't clip that.
Yeah. How did he do it? How did he not fuck Sandra Bullock?
Oh man, she's hot. She's hot.
Yeah. I keep. What's up with the like negative shit or like the controversy that we see with everything nowadays?
Oh, jeez, yeah.
With Barbie, like why are people hating on Barbie because of like why are like the
It just shits on men the whole time and acts like women are so much smarter than men. I mean, men are pretty fucking stupid.
yeah
I mean,
oh yeah
if you watch the movie and you get offended by it, it's probably because you're one of the dumbass motherfuckers. You act like these.
you're
dumb
looking for
fucks.
it,
or you're a man that acts like these stupid fucking idiots,
ah damn
or you're a woman that doesn't want to be seen as thinking that men are stupid.
okay huh.
I feel like it's and I don't want to be like
I feel like
political.
Ken was always kind of the afterthought in Barbie though.
Oh,
You know?
that's accurate. Yeah.
that's kind of like the
No, that's not the
It's not
point
the
of the
point?
people that are shitting on it.
I
That's the
haven't
point.
seen it.
That's the point of the movie. That's definitely in there.
yeah because like Ken was like this is like the back end bitch like
I
you
mean,
got
even-
Ken because you
I
think that
guarantee you Ken
Barbie
sales-
needs somebody to like ride in the fucking convertible with. You
Well,
know?
I guarantee you that
with the khaki shorts.
in the movie, even Margot Robbie's character, she's fucking killed it acting. Obviously, she's hot. Like you see her feet, it's cool. Quentin Tarantino was watching that shit. He was happy.
He was
as
sweating
fuck.
like the dude from Key & Peele.
Bro, his wife's looking at him. He's like, but no, like even in the movie, one of the quotes is, "It's not Barbie and Ken. It's Barbie and it's Ken." That's one of the quotes at the end of the movie. It's not Barbie and Ken. It's Barbie and it's Ken. They're two separate entities. And then like Ken sales shot up after that, which like pissed off Will Ferrell's character. You know, so.
Okay. I forgot Will Ferrell's in that. How is he in
It
that?
sucks. I've already thought about this. It's fucking
Yeah,
terrible.
you said it was terrible.
Yeah, Landon went
That's
back
right.
after the Landon podcast. He actually watched Barbie and he said it's not that bad. I think you just shit on Will Ferrell too much.
Damn. Okay. Shout out Landon.
Fuck Landon. Nah, shout
I
out
hope he's
Landon,
doing
but
good
also
with
fuck
his
Landon.
relationship.
He's doing really good. We'll talk about it after.
Good
Sounds
because
real
it's
good.
tough, man. It's tough when you're going through the shit for
Yeah,
anybody.
He's working through something
Yeah.
else now. He's on something else now.
Good. You
He
always
told,
got
he told me the other day, he was like, yeah, it's the first time. He was like, I was hanging out with this person. And I was like, it's the first time I didn't think about her for a whole day. I was like, let's go.
That's
I
a
was so fucking pumped up,
step,
dude. I was so
dude.
happy.
That's a step.
And then she made us Rice Krispie treats and we ate them at work and they were good as fuck.
And
So,
the problem
shout out to that
is,
girl.
like in that situation, you want to. We all get complacent. We all want to have hope. We all have faith. We all have like
Yeah, it's so easy.
And it's easy to go back. So I get that, but like,
it's just comfortable.
one, it's comfortable. And plus you love that person. You spent time. You don't want to say that like I've been wrong all this time. That's a
Right.
hard fact to face. Is like, damn,
Yeah.
all this time I've wasted and everything, all the energy I've put into this has been for nothing.
And like, especially,
It's
I don't
tough
want
to come to that conclusion.
I don't want to like say there's that much difference between men and women. I mean, there obviously is, but
there's differences.
as a man, like the pride is an issue for men for sure.
Oh yeah, and
Not-
doesn't seem
not
to
as
be an
much for
issue.
women.
Not as much for
Not
women.
as much
Women
for
don't
women.
give
very
a fuck
low,
about
very low, like fucking 3% at the
that.
most.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck
It's
about
like
that
your
shit.
pride of being right. It's so hard, man.
Start doubling down, and coming up with stupid ass,
like reason. Like you'd rather
to
suffer than
defend
be
some
wrong.
shit that in the back of your mind, you're like, come on, man.
You'd rather suffer than be wrong.
Yeah,
Oh man, that happens so much.
it does. Yeah, I always tell those guys because I've actually had a lot of my buddies reach out to me here lately and saying they're going through a tough time and in their relationships.
Yeah, shout out to those guys, man.
Yeah, it's tough, and this goes for anybody. That's not to get TED talky.
No, we get TED talking.
We was at the Chili's last night, and Hayden was like, oh, "Okay," and that's my TED talk. After I got done talking,
Yeah,
and I was like,
and then even Heather
God.
was like, "Yeah, you do TED talk." I was like, "Yeah, he does TED talk."
I
say that as if I don't TED talk.
Yeah,
No, I TED
don't
talk,
mean
sure.
to be that way.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I don't think.
No, I don't think that's a bad thing at all, for real.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what I was talking about as far as relationships go, but I think that I've had a lot of guys reach out and kind of they're going through a tough time, and I feel for those guys, and those gals as
The
well.
guys, gals.
The guys and gals.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys just do girls.
Yeah,
women
there's a lot
shitty.
of guys and gals.
No, there's a lot of guys that do women shitty.
Oh, probably,
More so.
maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I
Say.
think it's probably even.
I think that being a shitty person isn't exclusive to a specific
I
gender.
think that's a very fair point.
I think
I said that. I said that
or
knowing
race.
some of the guys that I know, but like really, most of the guys I know, like even like I would talk about Landon. Landon, he's going through a breakup, and so he's looking for that the girl that he wants to be on. He's on dating apps and stuff, and he's talking to these girls. He's talking to a bunch of girls at the same time, but he's telling them all from the get go. He's like, I'm not looking for anything serious.
That's good. You got to do that.
And then whenever it's not working, he tells them straight up, I don't think this is gonna work out. He doesn't want to waste anybody's time. He's a straight up dude.
That's
so
good.
shout out to Landon.
Shout out.
Cheers
to
to
him.
that dude.
Yeah. I could tell he was going through it. Cheers. It's number
Yeah.
6.
Oh damn, you got me. Yeah.
Like I said, I like to anybody going through that tough relationship shit because I've been there and coming out on the other side. It's taken years to kind of like work through it and like get to the point to where like I'm as happy as I am now. And so I always tell those guys that are going through a tough time that like congratulations. Like, and this goes for females too, like we said earlier. If you can get out of that shit.
Inclusive. That's right.
Yeah. If you can get out of that shit, this is a celebration.
Yeah, it is for sure.
It's time to celebrate.
And it's so easy.
And
to
it's
be
and it
sad
hurts.
about it.
Listen, I
know
know
it hurts.
I know it hurts.
It's so easy.
I know
to be
it
sad
hurts.
about the shit. But I mean, life is not some fucking linear path to success or
Yeah.
linear path.
You fucked up.
It's not linear. Life is not linear. The emotions you feel are not linear. It's gonna be a fucking. That's why they say a roller coaster of emotions.
And here's the thing: is that like there's like levels to this. This is like you are in love with this person in this specific moment in time.
Good band. In this
moment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. Shout out in this moment.
Spider bitch.
Haven't listened to them in years. In this moment in time, you're like in love with this person, and I feel like our minds can't really comprehend like future. We can comprehend like a year, 2 years, whatever. Like, maybe with our career, we think long term, but like as far as a relationship goes, like you got to be able to. There's going to be compromises and things that like you're going to have to like both of you are going to change.
Yeah.
And you're going to both have to change in a direction that hopefully doesn't annoy the fuck out of the other one. if that makes sense, because little micro bickering here over time. I don't
Little micro adjustments.
Yeah.
Shout out to my jiu-jitsu guys.
Over
if you know
time, yeah, because that's what it takes in jiu-jitsu. You need those little quick twitch. You know, those little the
It's
change of
just
the
those-
wrists.
There was a guy that was like a fucking 3-stripe white belt, and he was like, "Yeah, I fucking choked out a black belt tonight with my micro adjustments," and it blew up in the jiu-jitsu community. They made fun of him like hell. It was good. Yeah,
Did he though?
I mean, he said that, but
Yeah.
it was just
Okay.
funny,
Yeah. Obviously, he
it
said
blew up for like a fucking 7 months. People said micro adjustments.
that. Yeah. I just it's sad to see people spend so much time and then double down and defend shitty behavior.
Well, I think it's
Let it
really
go.
hard.
Let it go.
I think one of the things that's really, and I think this should be like almost an excuse is why people do that. Like they allow that is because it's really hard to keep an open mind about a person and not fall in love with them, or like and fall in love. Like it's hard to like do both. Like I can either be infatuated with this person or I can keep an open mind about them. Like it's really hard to do both. You know, like whenever you are like say like obviously you're very in love with Heather and y'all have a great relationship, but like even like if she were to do something really fucking wrong,
Yeah.
like something that's almost right, it'd be very easy for you to see how that's right.
What's an example of that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just like saying, I'm just saying like to the extreme.
Yeah.
Like you see people that it's so hard to keep an open mind about a person that you think is like it's so easy to make excuses for that person is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because you love them. You have a bias. We all do it. We do it in sports. We do it with all the things we're passionate about.
Yeah, exactly.
We create bias, and we got all the stats to back it up. We got all the passion to back it up. Everything. In our minds, we have every idea of why this is right, why we love these things.
For sure.
You know, so it's like it's really hard to self-analyze and sit around and go, oh, is this just – it is taking Tom Brady in the 6th round of a fantasy draft. Is that just my infatuation of Tom Brady if he's going in the 7th?
Yeah, bias
you know
definitely is an
bias
influence.
is across – that's just how just a simple
version
of influence and bias of like, do I like – one thing I've noticed in fantasy drafts, just to kind of touch on biases, and it's almost football season, so is that in my little family leagues, I know that like if there's a Cowboys fan, those Cowboys players are going a round early. I can't count on them. The Ravens fans, I will never have Justin Tucker. I will never have Lamar Jackson. I will never have Mark Andrews.
Exactly.
I can't count them because they're going to take them early.
Yeah, the Cowboys fans are going to take the players that play for the team that they
Yes.
pull for.
And I get it. But like it's hard to separate, bias and reality. Because we pull so hard for these relationships, these teams, these ideologies.
Right.
Not to get too philosophical, but
No, you get philosophical.
yeah, we kind of fall in love with these things, and we always are looking. And even when we're losing, like even when we like have doubt in these ideas,
Dude, I thought you was like clapping for emphasis.
yeah, like, even when we're losing,
He did. It was right on cue. Even when we're losing.
even when we're fucking losing, all right.
No, it was like even when we're losing.
Yeah.
It was fucking right on cue. I like that.
Even when we're losing and on our heels about an idea that we think like, oh shit, I've kind of recognized some cracks in this idea, this love, this passion, this bias. We're on the heels. We even try to double down and find even more ways to back up our. We don't be like, you know what? There's a crack in this idea. There's a crack in this ideology. This bias, this love, whatever it is. But maybe I should explore that. Maybe
Well,
I should
like you were saying
explore
earlier.
inside that crack.
Like you were saying earlier, everybody is going to change. Like both parties are going to change in the relationship. But the problem is like if you really love a person, as you're changing, you're going to change in a way that kind of like adapts to that person that you love. Like you and Heather, you want to be with Heather for the rest of your life.
Yes.
You wouldn't have married her if you didn't.
Right.
And Heather, the same with Heather. So if y'all aren't both trying to like as you change, you're trying to change in a way that benefits both people.
Yeah, I think that what the difference is, and when you're looking for those tendencies.
Would you agree with that though?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, absolutely. I think that and what creates that, what you're saying is that the fact that when you love someone so much, you don't want to disappoint them, so you naturally gravitate gravitate towards
Space turtle.
Gravitor. I like that. Yeah, the space we're shooting laser beams out the sides, like
Out the sides,
out the front
like-
sides, like Blastoise.
No, just straight out the sides. It's like a fucking. You ever played Balloon Tower Defense? It's like a tack shooter.
Yes.
1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4,
Yes.
but not all the way around.
Yes.
It's like an octagon, but
Yeah,
like
all
it's spread out
train
the
of thought.
side. We can make a cartoon with a fucking grav tort.
We do have
I'm gonna write that
the
down.
we do have the guest who can do the voice acting, and
I write that down.
but fuck, what were we talking about?
But fuck, you were talking about the space tort. Yeah, grav tort.
But that is what got me caught off guard.
You were talking about like somebody as you grow in a relationship. What causes that to grow in the same path as you change?
Yeah, like you gotta be able to grow with a person, and while you're growing with a person, the roots of that to get to where what you're talking about is in the early stages of that you gotta be able to see the signs of if you feel the need to change someone and like correct them on their behavior, that person's probably not for you because you're trying to change who they are naturally when who they are naturally should just be who they are naturally. You know, like that person just doesn't. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a circle hole.
But have you seen the video?
The video.
And the circle goes into the square hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the L shape goes, the L shape, the square hole.
I haven't seen that.
Oh man, I gotta show you that shit.
Yeah. You
So-
can't like. There's so many.
That's
Go ahead.
Osmund's Fang. RuneScape.
Oh,
But
okay.
so yeah, like, I think.
Shout out RuneScape.
Yeah, for real. Always shout out that. Always that. Always that.
Always, yeah.
Key and feel. The problem is that it's just so easy to like love is blindness, like we said before.
Good song by Jack White.
I don't want to see. Love is blindness, and I don't want to see.
I don't want to see it.
But, like you look at so many relationships, and there's obviously going to be differences. And like, if you want to change that person, maybe it's like in your own mind you see what's wrong with them, and it's so easy to ignore what's wrong with you, but see what's wrong with them, and you want to change that because you want to help the person too. Like that's a
Yeah.
possibility. But also at the end of the day, you got to remember it's up to them to change themselves.
I don't think you should change for anybody.
I think what should happen is not
Unless for like your kids.
like
In your own crack.
Like me and Gabby,
Obviously.
for instance, me and her have an amazing relationship, and whenever I see her doing something wrong, like I say I see a crack in her personality, whatever it is, like
Yeah.
I don't want to refer to it as that because that's a shitty way to refer to it.
It is.
But that's for lack of a better term.
I got you.
Like I'll like call her out on some stuff, and she'll call me out on stuff. Like, hey, you were kind of like dickish on this. Like, I don't think you need to be that way. I think like I would have approached it this way. And like we like talk about things like in a way like we can fucking theorize and like talk about shit.
That's how you should communicate.
And I'm not trying to tell you this because it's making my life easier. I'm trying to tell you this because I think it'll make you a better person.
because sometimes we all have like different ideas, like how a situation should go, what our
yeah,
thoughts
I'm not trying to like make my life
and
better.
you come across
by telling
because
you
you're very
that.
passionate about something, so you come across a little more aggressive than you're actually like trying to be. So it comes across like you're an asshole. So it's like,
Well, I
that's
think
just
a
small
lot of times,
example. You know?
I think a lot of times like people say that shit to a person or their significant other because they want to better their own life. They don't want you to keep doing that shit because it gets on their nerves.
Manipulation is
I don't want you to keep doing that shit
very
because I
common.
think you could be a better
Very
person if
common.
you didn't.
Yeah, I think that the goal is to find someone. You have to recognize the early stages of growth, kind of early. Like if you start seeing the need to change someone early, then it seems like you're already going down the path of
Do
settling.
you even really like them?
You're going down the path of settling. Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't really like them. You're just
But
trying to change
You
them
see
into
the best version of them.
Yeah, you're trying to change them into what you really want.
Yeah.
They're not what you want. They're what you're trying to change them into what you really
Yeah,
want.
but they like you, so you're like, okay, I can make them better.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like you're trying to change this person. But
I just ignored it. I'm so used to hearing stupid shit.
sometimes you bomb.
Yeah.
No, you're trying to change this person into like who you want them to be, and that's not who they are. Like I said, you're trying to fit a square peg into a
a square
circle
hole.
fucking hole, And you're trying to fucking jam that bitch in there.
What about
and that's you
what
getting
about
mad.
a circle peg into a fucking shaped hole?
God. What is the what was the diamond?
The topaz.
Was that a topaz? That's like that. That's kind of like.
I mean, it's marquee.
Okay.
It's the cut.
It's the cut. The topaz cut. The marquee. Yeah.
Marquee.
Okay.
It's kind of like a pussy.
Nice. Okay.
Less.
Okay.
It's hard to listen to you and think about what I'm gonna say next at the same time.
It is. It is. Yeah. I think it's just kind of. It's kind of interesting, man. I just see a lot of people like settling.
There's a lot of people that are
for
settling.
looks early on, and then they get in a race. When those looks run out, they have no connection. I've
been saying this shit,
and then they get a divorce.
You can't. Know? Oh my god, I've been saying this shit a lot lately, and it's so weird.
Them looks gonna run out, and you're gonna get tired of
it's
an
so
ugly
weird that you brought this
person
up.
Who hasn't taken care of themselves, bitching at you all the time. She's like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, you can't marry for looks. You can't marry for sex, not looks. It's not about that.
It's not about that.
And like,
you gotta find a connection.
What were you saying earlier? You were saying that like a relationship where you're trying to make the person into what you think they are. Yeah. But like, at what point do you just have too high of a standard? Like, say you break up with that person because they're not what you want per se. But you're looking for that perfection or that your standard or what you want.
Yeah, like, are your standards too high?
Are your standards too high?
Are your standards too high? Like,
let's take a piss break and come back to that.
Let's do it. We'll be back.
We'll be back, guys.
Cheers, young brother.
Cheers.
Yeah, dude. We're talking about a shot. Yeah, we can do a shot. We can do a shot.
Let's do a little shotty roo.
Yeah, a little shotty roo.
A little shotty rooski.
Yeah, a little shotty rooski. Oh, the word's evolving.
Yeah, it's gotta be done.
A little shotty rooski. We'll keep it like that right there.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
When we're talking about high standards, I think a lot of people they have like an expectation of what they want, right? Which is always better than what you are as a person. Your standards are always higher.
So I feel like some people,
most people, I feel like your verse, the person it takes to get the idea of what you want in a person is usually a little better than what you are. At least that's been my experience as a person. Some people they might be better, but you do see those tendencies of like people who on the outside looking, you're like, damn, that person's like way better looking, but has really settled because of like their mental health has suffered and they've kind of settled.
I guess what you're saying is like overall, not looks, but like overall.
Yeah, maybe. I think
like overall. When I say like your standard overall, not like your like just like the standard of looks or the standard of personality, but the standard of the person in general overall. Like, yeah, they might have better looks, but their personality might suffer, or they might have a great personality, but their looks might suffer, or that middle ground.
Yeah, I think that most people they're not working on themselves and they're so occupied on other people that like their vision of their perfect person that they're looking for is always like maybe relative to like them at their peak. They have a version of like what's like you at your peak as a person. Like you have a set standard of what you think you can possibly get. Like on your best day, you can get this beautiful woman that's whatever. So like your standard is that because you set that there, and then like as you get older, your health starts to decline, and you're so obsessed with other people's points of view, and like you never like self-analyze and like really work on yourself. You're so opinionated, like whether it's a religion that's always keeping up with the Joneses or whatever. Like you're so occupied with other people's lives, judging other people's, judging the films like we sometimes do, judging football players like we sometimes do. That we have this like idea of what we want in a person, and then we don't work on ourselves because we're so busy obsessing about everything but ourselves that we start to deteriorate. Sorry, I had a little Little burp.
We
said that
hiccup, if you will.
You said you start to deteriorate as a person because you don't
Just
have
moan to the mic.
Yeah. You start to
Wow.
deteriorate as a person. The beers have been flowing today, and you can't really
Timestamp so I can save that.
just save it. Don't edit
Clip
this
that.
out.
Clip that.
Clip that.
Bill Cosby did nothing wrong. Clip that.
Yeah, I said that. Don't you love those moments?
Absolutely.
Those are the best moments where it's like, this person just did some shit that's like
So stupid.
so dumb, but you want to capture it. You're like, I'll remind this person. And later you're like, God damn it.
I didn't remember.
Why did I just phone into the mic? Like, what the fuck?
No, I think, and this is kind of a thought I just had as it goes, or as you were talking, but you think about like women, and like a lot of women don't really pick a man because of their looks as much. Like obviously looks is a thing in
I
mind,
think they got it right.
but I think women
Yes.
pick men less based on looks than men pick women.
They have
based
a
on
more
looks.
of a emotional connection, and men have more of a
For
visual
sure.
connection.
But I definitely see as time transitions and as time goes and like as women transition, like as like people transition in general,
Yeah.
and society transitions, I see like women really starting to value looks for like height as an example, or like a man that's fucking tan and tall and got tattoos, tall and tan, if you will.
Shout out to a old school episode.
Tall and tan, if you will.
Tall and tan.
Like that's really what
Yeah.
women are looking for now. It's like, but like
maybe
is
it's
that
like in like a young like a that's definitely like a young person.
what do you think? Do you think that's a
on both sides?
I agree with that.
It's a young.
But
That's
do you
a
think
young,
that's-
it's like this quotes a young man's game, but as far as like a young woman's
Like
game
if you
too.
if you like go back to the fucking 1900s, were women picking a man because he was tall and tan? They were picking a man because he was in the military or he was a blue collar worker. He was making good money.
Yeah.
He had good morals. Well, none of those guys have good morals, but they were all like beating their wives and
well,
shit. No, I'm
no,
just kidding. I'm just being an
but
asshole.
it definitely existed for
Yeah,
sure.
just the politicians.
Yeah.
No, but like, is it because the women, and I don't want to say this in like a
Say
shitty
it,
way,
man.
but
So what
like
you
obviously, as time goes in our country, we're starting to get to the point where we want to have men and women equal because it hasn't.
Yeah.
It's not that way.
it's not.
Which I don't think that men and women are equal
We've
as
talked-
far as like physically and like in that manner.
I think that
But like, well, what I was gonna say is that like as women try to be more like to that status, like try to think more like men, like, no, I mean they shouldn't think more like men as far as like that goes. But like as far as like money wise and stuff like that, do you think that standard is kind of like the standard of what a man thinks is kind of going into what a woman is trying to like choose a standard based on, and that's why it's changing. That's why like women are starting to pick men.
I
being
think that,
taller and tan, fucking tall and tan.
I'm gonna be. Yeah, I don't know. It's there's definitely a shift right now. I think that women are starting to realize that it's like, okay, we can provide too. It's not just like stay home.
Well, yeah, sure. That
Yeah.
and that's what I mean. It's
No,
like,
I know.
it's
I
like,
just,
are those women like just trying to choose a man that just looks fucking good?
But I think that yeah, I don't know. I think that
Just like the dumb men that like, oh, we're the ones that provide, and I'll choose a woman that looks hot and she'll fuck me. And then as
I'll
time
come home,
goes,
she'll have dinner ready. Everything's self-absorbed around me,
and then
built
as,
around me.
and then as
When I
time
come
goes,
home, the dinner's on the table and the clothes are washed.
and then she realizes she's a person, and she's like, why am I fucking this dirtbag? And then
Yeah.
women that are like becoming independent, because I mean I love an independent woman. That's why I
do
love Gabby.
Because if I was a woman, I'd be an independent woman myself.
That sounds hot.
I would be.
Like
I'd be an
that's why I love
independent
Gabby.
woman.
She's independent. She can
Yes.
fucking move a couch.
Yes. She
As
can
Joe
move a
Rogan would say.
couch.
She can
I
help me
need
fucking
a
move the
bitch
couch.
that can move a couch.
She can help me move in. Like
That's practical.
if it was just
shit.
me and Gabby in a fucking truck, we'd move the guy. We'd fucking move in
And what
ourselves. We
that
don't need no
is-
goddamn help.
What Joe Rogan's trying to say is in that context.
Nah, I'd back in. I'd back through the door and I'd like guide her.
Yeah,
Fuck,
you would
I'd,
take
I'd
the
hold the
hard-
corners of the fucking feet of the couch, but
yeah, and let your knuckles scrape on the fucking. on the damn.
Oh man, the couch we got in our house, they didn't put we had to put the damn feet on ourselves. It's brand new. I was so happy.
Oh, nice.
It
Congratulations to
is
that,
great.
dude.
And it's great. Oh, that's
There
the
you
wrong
go.
one. That's not mine.
Oh, yes.
I was the Texas Chili Bowl.
Oh,
the
good.
red one.
Good to know that's the one with the least amount. Or that's actually the one with the most amount. I'm sorry.
Let's say
The Texas Fiesta Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Cheers. to Fiesta,
Cheers
Texas.
to once again your grow up, man. Your
The glow up.
Your glow up. It's just nice to see you doing what
looked
you're
at
supposed to
fucking-
do.
I about called him Hannibal Buress. I looked at Hannibal Lecter as I was smelling the shot.
Oh, I think a lot of for those who listen regularly, we have a lot regularly. For those of you who listen, all the time, we have. Let me just avoid the fact that I can't say the word. We have so many stickers on here, and one of the stickers I have over here that I don't know if you've seen, Brian, is the upside down Exorcist cross.
I can see Exorcist because when I look at Exorcist, it's looking at me normal.
You're right.
And so you put it like that on purpose, and I love it.
Yeah, I did it like that on purpose because when Brian looks over here, he's gonna be like, "Tim, that's an upside down Exorcist cross."
Yeah, I do
because it's
every
looking
time.
like I do a little shit like that
Yeah,
for
it's
stickers,
good.
just to
Fucking good.
fuck with you a
It's
little
so
bit.
good.
It's always fun.
I love it. Cheers, man.
Yeah, cheers. Congratulations to the podcast to live.
To life, man.
Not to get too
life.
sappy on the
No, get sappy as
on the
fuck.
listeners.
I don't give a fuck.
but cheers.
Won't be the first time I cried today. We went to a bridal shower today. Gabby and I, our friends Claire and Bryce, they're getting married in September. Shout out to them. And dang, it was gonna fucking make me cry again. But
You get that from your dad, by the way.
yeah, oh, I definitely do. Yeah, mom doesn't cry at all. Like she really doesn't.
You don't. Yeah.
If she cries, it's something bad.
It's some serious shit. Yeah.
But Bryce was reading a card, man. His papa was there, and his nana just passed away. And he's like, "Yeah, I know Nana's here with us." I was like, "Oh God!" It fucking hit me. He's like, "I know Nana here with us, Papa." He looked at him. He started crying. I was like, "Damn it!"
Man, there's something to religion, whether you believe in it or not. I've definitely knocked religion in the past on this podcast.
Did you say
Plenty.
Did you say religion?
Maybe. Listen, you can't point out the slurs because
Sorry, I had to.
it just is what it is.
It just stopped me from crying. I had to.
No, I got you. You can't. I know I've knocked religion, and sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, I couldn't help myself.
I don't know if you did or not.
No, I
I
did.
really don't. Okay.
No, I did 100%. I just couldn't help myself. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can't. I know I've knocked religion in the past. Honestly, I really have. I really shit on it, but I will say that I think that to kind of like shed some light on religion, I think that a lot what the good that comes from religion is good morals. One of the best people I know in my life. Shout out Ann Margaret. I've said it in the past.
Well, I was going to say Meemaw too.
Meemaw, yes, another one.
Meemaw,
Where
it's
it's
a
like
legend.
Yes, where it's like, yeah, Meemaw and Ann Margaret, very similar,
for
very
sure.
similar. Just amazing people. Where it's like, where religion has done a lot of good and really created
Like a positive
a
environment.
positive
Yeah.
moral standard. And it doesn't become this like watered down version of itself where it's like very judgmental, very like it's like a lot of modern religion really just like picks and chooses when it wants to be religious.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I think that ultimately what it comes down to is that like there's really good morals you can take from religion, and there's a lot of good that comes from it that I don't oftentimes talk about because I think like I said, Meemaw and
well, it's very easy to talk about the hypocrisy.
yeah,
that a
exactly,
lot of religious people have,
exactly,
but
yes.
And that's because we do live in an area where religion is so popular. So we're going to see
we live-
so much of the good and so much
we're
of the bad.
We see a lot of Southern Baptists around here. We're from the
But
South,
realistically, wherever you live and no matter what the situation is, you're going to see more of the bad than you do the good.
and I think that there is something to be said about like those people who are like living and really living by Christianity that I honestly, there is a little bit of that I am jealous of. Like
Yeah.
there is a little bit of that where like when I am at funerals and when I am at, certain things where they're like they really believe that their person like went to heaven. They buy into that. They have hope. They have faith. That's beautiful, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
That's like, dang. I wish I can believe in. I wish I could find a path
That kind of piece
of why we're here that I could really believe in that heart, like that truthfully.
I guess I don't. Even if I don't look at it in that sense, as far as like they've gone to a better place, I look at it in a like whenever a person passes, I look at it in a sense of I'm so blessed to have been able to experience that person.
I think that's the way people. I think when people pass away, it should be it really should be a celebration more than like. It is sad, and I understand why it is the way it is, and I think that there is a reason why it is the way it is. As
for
far
sure.
as like,
well, it is sad. I mean,
it's sad to lose
but
someone, and
it's
like,
also sad. It's sad because you're selfish. Realistically, it is, and that's what it is.
that's what it is. You're sad
You're
because
selfish.
yes, you're selfish.
You miss that person.
Yeah,
and
you
because
love
for your own gain.
Yeah, you love the feeling you have when you're around that person
Right, where
because
they
they're
made
an
you
amazing
laugh.
person. And now that's gone, and it hurts
Yeah, for
because
sure.
you will never be able to experience the feeling you feel when
You'll
you're
never be
around
Troy.
that person. You'll never be Troy.
But like
Yeah,
really,
exactly,
like
exactly.
really though, it's like and like one thing like I try to adopt from like losing a few people in my life that I've really loved.
yeah, you've dealt with that on a little bit more. Of
Yeah,
a level
it's
than
like
I have.
I try to treat people as if like I love the fact like I love thinking like a person that I've lost. Oh man, I miss them so much, but I miss them, so I should treat these people as if like I want to show them off to the world. Like I have people that I've lost, and I wish I could show them off to everybody.
No,
So I should treat my friends now that I have in that same way.
I like that. You want to show them off now, so you don't have the regret.
Yeah, exactly.
Later of not showing people off to them then. Okay. I like that. Yeah, I feel like I've had a, shout out Josh Turner and the Turner
right?
family.
For sure.
Josh was a best friend, from kindergarten. He was my second friend other than Joel. My buddy Joel was one of my best friends. He moved to Ohio. And
Your second friend out of like 4.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Josh, man.
Yeah, it started to hit home a little bit when it's like, you lose Shane Truland, who was a guy I talked to and played video games with early on, playing RuneScape. And like a lot of my favorite gaming and RuneScape memories were with Shane Truland.
Yeah, which is your favorite game of all time.
Yeah, like back in the day when like you had like I was on a landline like with my like there was no headsets, like this was before PS3.
You had him on a damn house
I had
phone.
him with the house phone with my shit cockeyed. Like maybe I could have gotten a like.
And what's your home phone? We still have those.
Yeah, a landline,
We used to.
home phone. So it's like you see those guys pass away, they mean a lot to you, even though you haven't talked to them in a while. That's what makes it weird.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't have the sadness like a lot of those people have that were close to them in that time.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like, I haven't been close to those guys in 6-7 years.
Okay.
So like, I have this memory of who they were.
Who they used to be, yeah.
And I love that memory, and it means a lot to me. Like, it means a lot. So it hurts when I think about that memory and like being in that moment and like feeling like when I'm in that moment. Thinking like taking myself back to that person who I was then and going, man, like I could, like, how would I feel if I just went back and told that person that like the person you're having such an amazing time with is going to be dead.
Oh, wow.
In
10 years.
X amount of years.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like,
that's hard.
It's like, damn,
but the
dude.
thing is, that's reality right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, man, like, God,
we don't know the numbers, so we ignore it.
Yes,
right now.
We tend to like just keep moving. We have so many problems in our lives. We have kids, we have wives that we may or may not be fit for. Like there's so many issues, and like that's what I've gotten to the point to where like I'm so happy and so content with every aspect of my life that when I look at my friends and my family that need help, it hurts to see them suffering in ways that like even I don't know if I could work my way out of it. So it almost seems like I'm lucky, but I'm also like work towards this and I work on myself every day. So it's like, do I like it hurts to see people struggling, especially with relationships, and you know they may have had a kid with the wrong person that they found attractive but really didn't connect with emotionally, or like, you know, you see those people and you're like, damn, man, you're really like fighting with this person. You just had 3 kids with them, and like you can't really leave because it's going to cost you like $1,100 or whatever it may be. And it's not just that. It's just people, even single friends, where it's like they're so starving for attention on social media, or like they're just, it's like, damn, man, I see these things and I'm like, and maybe it's just me thinking, could it just be me thinking like this path has worked for me? So maybe why am I like closed-minded in the fact of I should see, am I seeing that no one's doing it like me, so they're doing it wrong? Or is it the fact that like it's worked for me and I want to see everybody else do it my way? I don't know what it is, but I do have a feeling where it's like, this has worked for me. I just want to see it work for you. So like I don't know. It's weird. And I've noticed I've had influence on people lately, which is the weirdest feeling. It's the weirdest feeling. I've noticed that like with a lot of people. Like a lot of people have told me that, you know, like that I have influence on people, and it's really weird because it's like, what am I supposed to do with that information?
That's hard.
You know, where it's like I know that, and I'm not trying to be like an arrogant person.
You're not.
When I say
you're not
that because I've never been that person. But it's like I noticed that like when I lead with action, people tend to follow. Like that's just
I feel like you're definitely a leader, and I think that's something that's definitely ran in our family. Like I feel like I'm a leader. We're both leaders.
Yes,
that's why I wanted to start the
definitely.
podcast.
Yeah,
we're both leaders.
Definitely. That's really what it is. And when I see people influenced by me, like, and in particular close friends, you know, I've seen a lot of close friends, and they've told me that they've been influenced by me. It's very weird because it's like, oh man, like, do I, like, what do you do? Where do you go from there? Do you continue to like lead that noble lifestyle? Like, I don't know. It's just something that's like, it's untreaded waters for me. So it's like, I'm trying to like crack that code of like what I need to do, what I'm supposed to do. It's just, I don't know. It's fun. It's just something I've been dealing with lately. You know, of like I've gotten to the point where I am very, very happy. I'm very, very satisfied with the life I've built. I'm very content with the life I've built. Even though it wasn't like I'm a very, not to make this the Truman Show experience, but it's not all about me. But
it's a good movie.
It is a great movie. Yeah, I just it's been interesting to notice, you know, and the fun thing about it is that the things that I'm into, the things that I've gotten people into, the things that I've influenced people to do, they've influenced me just as much to continue going within those things, you know?
I really like that.
Does that make sense? Like
it does.
Like there's been so many times where I've been down on my physical health, and then I look and I see the Crab Man lost 25 pounds, and I'm like, let's fucking go. Let's get this shit going. Or I see you slamming Madison, hear about you slamming Madison balls at 6 a.m.
6 in the morning. That wasn't the Super Bowl. That was when I was still fat.
Yeah. You was heavy. You was getting heavy. You was getting a little.
But I was doing it as like a beacon for my fucking students.
Yeah.
I was 200 pounds at that point.
You was yeah.
I'm 187 right now, by the way.
I was 184, I think. 183.
I've gained 6 pounds.
I've been doing more protein.
But that's because you know, been busy with the house.
But Yeah. Shout out to the house.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to the house.
the house.
Yeah, so it's been interesting. It's been untreaded waters for me to like. The Crabman said something to me, and I'm not that guy to like boast about weird shit like this, but the Crabman said something to me one time. He said you're a leader. He's like, you're one of the, like you're a leader. I'm like, and I've mentioned it in previous podcasts where he was like, he's like, I'm okay with where I'm at. I'm not a leader, but I am amazing. Like, I'm not a follower either. Like, knowing that you're in between to where you have like
he said this at his house.
There's a beauty.
We're playing Magic the Gathering.
He said it there, but we've also mentioned it on the podcast. Like, there's a beauty of balance with the person that he is. There is a beauty of, I'm not a leader, I'm not a follower, I'm somewhere in between. Like, I have the ability to balance out when to lead, when to follow, like when to. That's very beautiful. Like, it really is. And he looked at me and told me I was a leader, and it was like something I felt uncomfortable by. It was like, dang, it's just, I don't know, I never really seen myself like that, but like the people, I start noticing things like the people around me who I love tend to be very influenced by.
I kind of gravitate towards.
Yeah, the things,
some of the ideas you have.
Yeah. And I started to see that, and I'm like, this is very cool. But what do I do with this? I haven't figured that out yet. So it's like,
what do I do with this?
Yeah, like, what do I do with this? So it's like, okay, I know this. So like, I continue to live my life in I've always been a positive person.
Yeah, that's definitely being a positive person is such a fucking big.
And like
part
I said,
about being a leader.
and not to be the guy who puts the disclaimers on, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm not an attention-seeking person, so it's like I'm not saying these things to like gloat.
Well,
you know?
This is something I talked about this last podcast. I'm not a attention-seeking person per se.
Per se,
I was waiting on you to say it. I don't know if you just follow your dreams at it. I'm not an attention-seeking person, necessarily, but I think I seek attention in different ways, like doing a podcast. Maybe it's not that I seek attention, but maybe I want attention to be brought to some of my ideas.
Okay.
Maybe I really value my ideas, and like maybe you didn't like value your ideas of being a leader at first.
Not at all.
In the same way that
never did.
I didn't value my ideas of being a coach or a leader at first. Same exact thing. But
you just have. I think that we both share the same thing, which is a leader quality of like being able to decipher decisions and pick the decision that's best.
I think
can
really
pick decisions that can best fit the situation very easily.
I think
a lot of
if
people
we
struggle with
I
that.
think if we dissect that even more, it's more empathy and sympathy. We can put ourselves in other people's shoes,
we can,
and that's
We
what
do.
really makes it what it is.
Maybe.
Because I think we can put ourselves in other people's shoes, and so we can relate to other people very easily, even though we haven't experienced said thing. The other day I listened to like I was talking about Oliver Anthony. That guy that sings the song. His song "I've Got to Get Sober." I've never been at that point in my life. I've never been to the point where I'm like, I've got to get sober. I'm a fucking drunk. I'm a drug addict, whatever it is. I've never been to that point. But like listening to that song, and I'm like, I tear up a little bit. It like fucks me up. I'm like, damn. I
think it's the fact of just being a human. Like you feel it on a human level. You're
like,
like,
I don't feel like
I could have easily have been there. Like this.
Yes, but that's you relating. That's you being able to put yourself in other people's shoes.
And a lot of people don't do that. So they
it's so easy.
We do this with masculinity from the left. We do this from femininity from the right.
Congrats. You said that word good. That was good. I'm proud of you.
I'm not as drunk as I may seem.
But really, that's really what I think that's what it boils down to. It's like we want attention on our ideas because we do recognize the fact that we kind of have, and I don't want to fucking we're tooting our own horns right now. Like,
yeah, we're sucking each other's dicks right now. I get it.
But really, I think there is some value in just trying to be a person that can put yourself in other people's shoes.
Yeah, I think that's like I said. I think that's what's kind of divided the country the most is that we tend to dismiss what we understand. What we don't understand. Sorry, excuse me. We tend to dismiss what we don't understand. Naturally, we all see something like, whether it's sorry, not to get
Naturally,
yeah, not to get all TED Talky on you guys, but
is it like a walkie-talkie?
we could use a walkie-talkie while doing this. Yes,
TED Talkie, walkie-talkie.
TED Talkie with walkie-talkies. Sounds like a good little commercial in the 90s.
Doesn't sound good at all.
Sounds like a bad commercial in the 90s.
It sounds like a commercial in the 90s.
Yeah, fair. They're all bad. Damn. What were we talking about?
It's hard. It's fucking just hard. Like as a person, to recognize your faults and recognize.
I think it's just so much. There's so many people that are constantly looking at what other people are doing that they're not enjoying their own lives, and even like they're so focused on like, this is what I need to do to be a great person because of what's been fed to me as to what a good person is.
I've got a question for you.
How drunk am I? How many beers have I drank? What is
no,
it?
not that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not being an asshole. It's a good question.
Oh, okay.
It's do you think that acknowledging people's anxiety is making people more anxious?
Yes, absolutely.
Like
that's natural. I mean,
knowing that you have anxiety
Yes.
makes you a more anxious person.
We've seen I have honestly, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm part of this. Like, I didn't even know anxiety existed until the pandemic, and it was described to me. I was like, "Oh, that's what that is."
Yep.
Like,
and
even
now
though,
you think about it all the time.
and now I think about it all the time. Now it's a thing.
Yeah, I didn't
Now
know.
I'm suddenly an anxious person.
I can think back to a time where
Suddenly have a problem.
I can think back to a time whenever I was getting out of high school, or I was in high school, but I was getting out of class, and mom picked up me and one of my friends, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and I'm like thinking about a fucking tournament that I didn't go to. I'm like super anxious about what's gonna happen, what's this and that. I can lose, I can fucking like shit, I can do all that. I'm thinking about all these different things.
Yeah.
And I'm just nervous about the tournament, and I just like stop thinking about the tournament, and it's gone. I'm good.
Which is what you want to do.
And
you
then,
can't tell yourself that because you'll think about it more.
But I didn't know. But I did. No, I did. I told myself that, and I stopped thinking about it. I was like, all right,
Nice.
just
Nice.
fucking think about something else, whatever.
Nice.
I started thinking about like, your grandma's feet or
Yeah.
something
Quentin
fucking.
Tarantino sucking the shot off of what was her name? And
Oh yeah, Selma Hayek.
so
God damn, from Dusk Till Dawn.
is there a more beautiful woman than like her in that movie with the?
I mean, it's subjective.
It's definitely, but like,
but Selma Hayek's a bad bitch.
but she's gonna be
God
on
damn,
the
she's
list
fat as
of the
fuck.
vote. She's gonna be on the voting poll.
I mean, she's
That
never
scene-
been not hot.
Yeah.
There's not a point in her life where she was past 18. There wasn't a point in life where she was hot.
Isn't that a? You want to talk about?
Well, hold on. Before you go.
Sorry.
But like,
Thank you,
really,
thank you.
there's like it's so hard to find those moments where you're like so just at peace. Like it's impossible. And so like I had that moment where I was, and I think back to it all the time, but or I'm in the car and I'm like thinking about a tournament and it makes me anxious, and I didn't know that was anxiety at that time.
Yeah, that's weird.
But whenever anxiety got brought up to me, I like think back to it. I'm like, oh, that's what that was. But if I didn't know, I never would have fucking been. I never would have been like. I never would be more anxious.
Would you describe anxiety? It's like that.
It's like worried about what you should be worried about.
Yeah. It's like,
It's being worried about what you might be worried about.
God. Sometimes when I get anxious, I'm like,
Worried about what might go wrong.
yes. Even though that's like that. Like most of the time, it's the worst case scenario that never happens.
It's low probability.
Yeah, and you're worried about it because you're like, what if I'm that percentage chance? Because you're hit with these every time you have anxiety. It's usually because of that. Like you have that
So
low
I'm gonna tell you
percentage
right
chance.
now, whenever I have anxiety, it's because of shit I fucking just made a mistake on.
That happens too.
Like normally I'll tell somebody, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then like it's fucking 2 weeks later and I gotta do that. But like whenever I told him I was gonna do it,
You just young. That's
whenever
all
I
it is.
told him I was gonna do it,
You'll
I
get
like
the-
thought
yeah.
that was the right decision.
No, you'll correct that in about
I thought that
5
was the right
years.
decision, and
Yeah.
then now you'll never correct that.
You'll correct that soon.
I don't think you'll ever correct that. Where you tell
I think
somebody
you will.
that you're gonna do something, and then like you change your mind on that.
I
That was
think
the wrong
that
decision.
you just have I think you just have like a you have an energy about you because you're young and you want to please and like everything and that moment.
That's something that I've been fighting with for sure.
In that moment, you're like
about pleasing people.
Yeah, in that moment, you're like, yes, I can do that. Why can't I? Like, I can do everything that I want to do.
Well, not even.
And I want to help, and you have like
that's
good
not what I
energy
meant at all, honestly.
But like you're going to, you set these expectations on yourself, and in that moment you can't do it, and then when the time comes, you're like,
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, God, why do I keep?
And now I have to do that. That's not really
why
what
do
gives
I
me.
keep
That gives
myself
me
in
anxiety
this?
a little bit, but I
Yeah.
think really what I mean more is like, I tell somebody that I could do like say you asked me to fucking tell someone off for you,
Okay.
and I'm like, yeah, I'll fucking do that. I'll do that for you any day.
The day comes, and you're like,
And then tomorrow comes, and I'm like, why did I say that? That was the wrong thing to say. I should tell him that he shouldn't tell that person off. But I've already agreed to this. I should tell him that he shouldn't do that. But instead, I agreed to do it for him. Why did I do that? And now I'm in the point where I'm like, well, I have too much pride because I'm a man of my word. So I have to do it now.
That's a low level of self-destructive tendency.
Or I can just do it, and it's the wrong thing. It's like both things are conflicting my fucking brain of I'm prideful, and I don't want to tell the person that I was wrong.
Right.
And I don't want to be the person that goes back on their
that
word.
That gets better with age.
Well, and the problem is like not going back on my word is what I see it as. But realistically, I should be able to word it as
right.
me just being wrong. But that's not what it is to the other person in my mind. In my mind, it's like, oh, that person is going to see me as, oh, he said this and he's just a fucking liar. He's full of shit. But in my mind, I'm just like, oh, I just fucking grown as a person. I just was in the moment and I said some shit.
Huh. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to self-analyze, man. I feel like once you get to the point to where like you're realizing that you're so obsessed with what everyone else is doing, you're like that's the first step is like, okay, why am I so obsessive of what everyone else is doing? So it's like, okay, well then now I'm going to start being obsessed with what I'm doing.
I've hit that hard.
That's the
last
first
month.
step. That's the first step. It's like,
last month.
why am I so obsessed and so like judgmental on everyone else?
Well, maybe
And you
I
get
hit
to
the
the point-
judgmental part.
Like just you're so like with that naturally comes judgment. You know, like with that naturally comes you having an opinion
You brought it
on
back.
the person that you're judging.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's just natural. So it's like, man, once you can get to the point where you're like, okay, I am judging other people. I mean, pull back from that just a little bit. Like it's okay to be a little
That's where
paranoid
I'm at
about
right
people.
now.
It's a little bit to be like weary of people. Like there are shitty people out there that are trying to take
the
advantage
word,
of you. Let me pull back from that. Let me just like sit back and like I know when a person's being shitty, so like when I have that feeling, I'll judge them then. But for now, everyone else, let me just stop judging them and let me
I thought
just
that's
focus
what
on myself.
I feel like that's what a lot of fucking football fans do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like a lot of football fans will see a person pulling for the other team. They're like, "Oh, that guy's just fucking bandwagon." Or
Yeah, we all are tribal, especially. I mean,
it's
sports.
a super tribal thing. Yeah.
Sports is the only place to be tribal. I feel like
Why?
because it's literally built off of tribalism.
That's the only place to be tribal.
I think so. Probably. I mean, maybe not the only place. I think that's
I feel like
pretty,
family is definitely a tribal place to be tribal.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I was going with it next too, because I think that like sports are built for tribalism. Like,
Well, I think sports
go
is
Dogs, go Gamecocks, go Clemson. Like that's
fuck,
the thing.
God, fuck Georgia.
Yeah.
Don't say go Dogs. Don't ever say that again.
Oh no.
No, really. I think like pulling for teams though is also kind of built on people's ego.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
where you pull for a team for so long and you're so prideful you don't want to switch teams, but also you're so
It's the
prideful you
bias.
want to pull for a team that's winning. Like bias is a form of
Yeah.
a form of
Some
pride,
people want to be
form of pride.
associated so bad with winning that they'll
And that's like
switch
societal
their
status.
teams to the winning team because it portrays that they're winning,
yeah.
which is weird. It's like it's a sport. Like, why are you switching teams that you said you pulled for, and then now all of a sudden you're a Georgia
But why
fan
are you even pulling for
for,
teams
for like
It's the same
15?
shit.
Well, that's the purpose of. That's
Yeah.
why tribalism is great inside of sports because that's what sports is Sports is built off of tribalism. Like, we want you to pull for a specific team.
Yeah.
That's what drives capitalistic jersey sales, you know?
Capitalistic jersey sales. Let's get back to that. I gotta fucking take a piss.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We can take one.
I mean, I have to, so.
Yeah, let's take one.
We'll be back.
Guys. It's about to come up.
Damn, better come up in your pussy.
Dude, how about Heavy Diesel last week, dude? That was a fun podcast, man. I have to say.
Dude drank fucking 20 beers and just.
It was before 4 o'clock.
This shit was easy to him.
It was like it was nothing.
He was like,
I was like,
hey, man,
hang, dude.
you good? He was like, yeah, dude, I'm chilling. I'll see y'all.
Yeah. All right, man. I was like, fuck, man. The dude had one beer before the show.
He had like legit fucking.
We had 2 beers.
He drank a whole 12 pack and
he drank a whole 12 pack on the show.
like he started the 12 pack and finished on the show, and he drank more before and after. It was crazy, but he also a big Carolina fan. Like he's a man. That's all it is.
Man. No, you're a man.
A man. That's definitely South Park, right?
It's got to be right.
But it's also and you give love
a bad thing. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And now you're a man. And you give love a man.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
What was we talking about before we closed? It was
shit.
some tribal motherfuckers in college football and how Georgia ain't shit. I think that's
the Georgia fans have been coming after me, man.
Give me an example of the Georgia fans.
The Georgia fans have been
your wife, man. She a Georgia fan.
Yeah, she
coming after you?
No, not her. Not her.
Okay,
She hasn't said anything. I think that she gets enough football from me, so she doesn't have to bring up football.
There's not enough football, so you're wrong.
But she's married to a person who is like obsessed with like the X's and O's and the history of the game.
The Jimmys and Joes.
Yeah.
X's and O's and Jimmys and Joes.
Yeah.
That's
So
4
it's like-
things.
I was talking about like fantasy draft shit the other day that she like really didn't understand. That, I was just fucking just going after because I'm so obsessed with that shit. And she was like, I have to say, like, mid-season, I'm
over it.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Gabby's over it before it starts.
and
She doesn't watch any football.
And she's like, I would never try to tell you not to pursue your passion, but I have to say,
I wish you wouldn't.
no, she didn't even say that.
But I wish you would shut the fuck up.
But like, I think that she's just like, by the end of it, I am tired. And I get that. And I was like, I know you're tired because that's like, I am obsessed.
It's like think about like Heather is tired in the middle because she loves football, but it gets old. She doesn't love it as much as us.
Yes.
Gabby doesn't love football at all, so she's tired before it starts.
She's like, oh gosh.
Every time I'm like, oh hell yeah, we better go to the draft, baby. And Gabby's like, Jesus fuck, oh my god, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah, the Georgia
I
fans
gotta deal with this fucking dumbass being like, oh my god, how Lazard at one point.
I know. Your dumbass plugged him in. It was the wrong start. You're like, God damn it, I'm mad at everything. You blame it on the other team, but really you just
She's
like made the wrong start.
she's like, it's literally just lucky. And I'm like, no, it's not. I suck. And she's like, okay, I can't argue with this idiot.
Yeah, dude. It's fantasy football is such a it's talent and it's luck. It's 50-50. It's 50-50.
It's more than 50-50. It's more talent. It's more.
It's 50-50.
It might be 50-50.
It's 50-50, dude. And I've done it for a long time. I've known that like the hard work can pay off. It's paid off for me for forever. It's led me to be a consistent. Not that this is a fantasy football.
I think it's more talent than luck.
It's 50-50.
It's more talent than luck because the most
dude
talented,
in our league, the guy who won with us in it, with like how talented we are, and some of the other like people in our league, like Nutswinger and
that's
John
fine.
Michael, like the guy won with making no pickups.
Well, I'm not referring to first place. I'm referring to like overall total, like success.
Yeah, total
it's
success,
more talent.
Yeah. It is talent. That's true. That's
because
that's
I've made
true.
the playoffs way more times than the person that won that year.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, I make it every year in that league.
That's a good point. So it's
and
not
he hasn't made it every
50-50. You've convinced me because
it's probably more like 66-33.
It's probably like
with exponents or with the exponential, whatever the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, 2/3.
2/3. Yeah, that's it. That's
I like that. I think you're onto it. You convinced me. It's 2/3
because really
I've had success and it's been consistent, and I think there's
like. Would you rather have one championship I don't want to say this. Would you rather win championship and then never make the playoffs ever before or after, or always make the playoffs every year and never have a championship?
Give me the championship. It's worth it.
But no, okay, not never have a championship, but not have had a championship up until this point, but you probably will. Or maybe you won't.
Or maybe you won't. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go with
Okay, hold on. Never make the playoffs, have a championship, never make the playoffs again, or always make the playoffs with the chance of a championship.
Oh, always made the playoffs with a chance.
And that's the talent versus luck.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's fun,
It's
man.
so fun, man. But you know what's not fun? The Georgia fans, week 3, whenever they get they get teabagged.
Listen,
and
I have been very.
That's an athlete.
I have been very bullish on.
Wow, you're doing that.
I'm doing that. We're going there.
We're going stock market.
I've been very bullish on the Georgia Bulldogs. I've won money by picking the Georgia Bulldogs. Multiple, like over $100, over right at about probably $200, $300 on just picking the Bulldogs to win championships. I picked them to win the championship. You can go back to our early podcast early on last year.
I remember you fucking saying.
I picked Georgia. I said Georgia was going to win. I said they were going to win, and I said it again.
And you said the bet you had too with Laramie.
Yes, won
shout
that
out,
one.
Shout out,
Yeah.
fucking Laramie, baby.
Yeah, OG, triple OG.
Damn.
Yeah,
Triple H.
yeah, Triple H. Shut up, Vince McMahon.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. Fuck. What were we talking about?
I'm talking about you betting on Georgia Bulldogs to win.
Yes.
And how
I've
the
put
swinger ain't shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've put my money on Georgia for the past 2 years to win the championship. They've won it the past 2 years. This year, I have always had my criticism on Kirby Smart. I think that if he was to pick up a team like Arkansas, South Carolina, Missouri, Kentucky, any of those mediocre teams, I don't think that he would elevate them to where he. Like, I don't think that he would elevate them. I think he would be fired in 2 years. Maybe 4, depending on how much that university wanted to manage the budget, you know?
Well, he also kind of, adopted that fucking great amount of recruiting.
There is something to be said about Kirby Smart's recruiting.
It's
great.
great.
And if I'm making my list, I want to be very clear. Don't hear what I'm not saying.
You worded that perfectly, yeah.
Kirby Smart, if I'm making my list of top 5 coaches in college football
right now,
yes, he is 2-3. Him and Dabo are 2-3. Nick Saban's obviously number 1.
Yeah,
and
I think I'm taking Kirby over Dabo right now because Dabo's kind of looking like he's on a downward trend. He's trending downward.
The highest.
I don't think that'll stay the same.
Yeah.
I think it'll switch, and I think Dabo will end up coming back.
Dabo's built his
that's
brand.
Coming from a fucking Carolina fan, but that could be the pessimistic.
Yeah, we're rooting for them to fail. We are, but I also think that what they've built is here to stay.
Well, it's also coming from the pessimistic nature of me wanting to see the Tigers fail, and me wanting that to happen will make them be successful. You know what I mean? Just fucking nut swinger saying, "Oh well, fucking TCU's gonna win the Natty, and then Georgia wins."
Poor mouthing.
Yeah, poor mouthing. That's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm poor mouthing, so I think that. I'm poor mouthing my own team because I think that realistically,
when we hit our highs, I can talk my shit.
Yeah.
And if we hit our lows, you will have sympathy for me because I've spoken this. Yeah. Oh, this poor mouth. We're so
fuck
low.
That.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do right now.
Nah. Yeah.
I'm gonna talk my shit. Talk that shit while you ride that dick.
Yeah.
Was that Megan Thee Stallion?
Oh, okay. The modern shit.
The Stallion.
I'm too boomer to know.
No, I don't want to be the glass half full or glass half empty guy. I want to be the glass could be refilled guy. You know what I mean?
I like that. Yeah. I like that.
The glass could be refilled.
Yeah.
It might be shitty now, but later it might be full.
Yeah, the Georgia fans have been coming after me. After I picked them to win 2 championships, and I still think they're going to because their schedule is so pathetically weak.
And they're going to lose week 3, though. Mark the tape.
I hope so. They're not going to be. They're going to be favored in every single game this year. We all know that. Can you pull up the schedule for me
for Georgia?
Georgia, please.
Yeah,
please.
Mark the tape. Though week 3, they're losing.
And the argument from Georgia fans is we've had it so tough up until this point. We deserve an easy schedule, but that's not the same energy you keep with like SEC teams or anything outside that conference. So like, when it's time for you to be shit on for an easy schedule, then it's your turn.
All right, you ready?
You've shit on everybody else for having an easy schedule. It's your turn to get shit on for having an easy schedule.
Who the fuck is T.N. Martin?
I don't know.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Tennessee Martin, I guess. I don't know if that's right. T.N. Martin, that's week 1.
So you open up with
I don't know that
Tennessee Martin. Okay.
Ball State, I guess that's fucking like Louisville.
Okay, so 60-7, 60-3. Okay.
South Carolina, 60-7.
They'll be favored by
60-7 again.
They'll be favored by probably 17, depending on how bad they beat the shit out of those first 2 teams. Like if they come out and look good, put up 60 in both teams, they'll be favored by probably 21.
Carolina will beat Georgia this year. I'm fucking marking the tape.
Oh,
Mark the tape. Episode 56.
Don't
on the podcast. I'm marking the tape. If I'm wrong, take a big fat dog shit on me.
All right,
you ready? Week 4.
I think
UAB.
I think Georgia. I think Georgia wins that game against South Carolina in Athens. It's set up for them. I'm pulling for the energy, and I love the energy coming from the other side of the table. But I think that Carolina loses that game. I think Georgia's 3-0 at this point.
UAB.
That's 4-0.
Auburn
5-0.
Yeah, who'd they lose? Tank Bigsby and Bo Nickel.
Bo Nickel went to like Oregon like years ago,
and they lost fucking Tank Bigsby.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, he went to Jacksonville.
Yeah,
He got
so that's
drafted
not
by
good for
Jacksonville,
them.
I think.
Yeah. Kentucky. That'd be a close
That's
game.
a
But they'll
win.
probably win.
Georgia, we're going 5-0.
6-0.
5-0.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-0.
6-0.
Vanderbilt
7-0.
7-0. Florida. Tough game.
That's a tough game. Is it in Athens or Florida?
I think it's in Florida.
In Florida, it's a little bit tougher. I'm going. I'm going.
That shit's fucking dangerous, dog.
I'm going 8-0. Georgia wins that.
Missouri 9-0.
9-0.
Mississippi in Georgia.
10-0.
Tennessee in Tennessee.
11-0.
And then Georgia Tech.
12-0.
They're going 11-1
They're going 11-1 by
because
default.
Carolina's going to beat them.
I don't.
Mark
think
the
it happens.
goddamn tape. You get complacent.
I think
you play T.N. Martin and Ball State. You get complacent.
There's some truth to that.
And South Carolina's got to play fucking North Carolina first week.
That's a battle. That's a battle. Yeah, game day's there for a reason.
And so like you go out there, if you play a good game, now this could change. If they go out there and fucking play a mediocre game against North Carolina, I'm never gonna say that they'll beat Georgia. But I think they're gonna go out there and beat the fuck out of North Carolina. I feel so good about the season.
I think that there's gonna be a connection with Rattler and Juice Wells that is going to carry over from like the Tennessee game, the Clemson game. They put up 450 yards in like 2 or 3 games.
And I also want to say that Nick Harper is a fucking 6'5", 250, runs a 4.5.
Solid.
He's a fucking track star.
Yeah, that's
animal.
some Calvin Johnson shit.
He played D.
Yeah.
He was labeled as an athlete getting drafted because he played
He's a
D end
beast, man.
and tight end.
Yeah,
he can run routes.
freak
He's
nasty.
so fucking athletic. And that's even if he doesn't catch any passes in the game, you gotta fucking respect him.
You got to.
It's the DK Metcalf.
Yes.
What are you gonna not guard DK Metcalf? Dude can just run past everybody. He just catch the fucking touchdown.
Yeah. It's got to be respected, but I'm more interested for South Carolina on there. I think the offense is going to keep them in games, but I think
the run game is the run game and the defense.
I'm concerned about the run game, the defense, and the turnovers from Rattler. Can he clean up those turnovers? Because even in those games that we boomed in with like the Clemson and Tennessee games that we won, there was still a lot of unnecessary goal line turnovers, just unnecessary errors.
Well, the thing is, whenever you feel
it felt like it was like there's still like the puppy in the team that can turn into the dog, but the puppy just keeps making those fucking turnovers.
The puppy
man.
in the team that could turn into the dog.
Yeah.
Damn, I like that.
Yeah.
Whenever, like Spencer Rattler, though, you got to think there's a lot of pressure on being good in this season.
There is.
Just like there was whenever he played with Oklahoma.
But now he belongs.
Just like it was when he played with Oklahoma.
There
was a lot of pressure of him, like, being fucking Heisman, all this shit. There's more pressure now than there was last year.
One thing,
and so whenever he plays this year, he's got to deal with that pressure, and it's a fucking college game day first week.
But
The first week is the most important week for Carolina.
Rattler was
Gamecocks.
trying to prove himself, so there was a lot of pressure. I think there's less pressure and more confidence in Rattler this year. But
However,
I think I'm worried about the run game. I'm worried about the defense.
No, I think there's just as much pressure on Rattler, but I think he handled that pressure against Clemson because he just won against Tennessee and fucking put a spanking. He put 63 goddamn points on them motherfuckers. And then he has to play Clemson. All the Carolina fans were like, oh, he could do it. And he felt that pressure.
So you're calling it now. You're calling Carolina is they beat Georgia. And
I think Carolina
11-1.
starts off to 3-0. Let's pull up the Carolina Gamecock season. And I'll read out the fucking schedule and I'll tell you what I think.
I think 8-4 is what we're looking at for Carolina. I think that 9-3 would be amazing, but it's a tough schedule. It's arguably the toughest schedule in the nation. You get Georgia, you get Clemson, you get Florida.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Play
North
UNC,
Carolina. Yeah.
first game.
50-50 game.
It's college game day, that's why.
Let's pretend
They
to
play
say they win.
okay, so
let's say they win.
Okay, 1-0.
Yeah.
Furman 2-0.
Yeah.
Georgia 3-0.
No, okay, let's be fair. If you're gonna skate by on North Carolina, you lose to Georgia. So
I'm
let's
okay.
say,
Okay,
yeah.
we'll say 2-1, but I
Georgia
really
Georgia is
mark
gonna
the
be,
tape right now. I don't agree with that. I think 3-0.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna say Georgia wins that.
Hold
game.
on. If we're saying that we beat North Carolina and Furman, I'm saying it's 2-0. If we go 2-0, we're going 3-0.
Okay, I'm gonna say 2-1 at this point. So you're 3-0. I'm 2-1.
Okay, 3-0. Mississippi State. If we beat Georgia and we play Mississippi State, I'm going 4-0.
I'm gonna go 3-1.
Play Tennessee in Tennessee, I'm going 4-1.
I'm gonna go 3-2.
Okay, we play Florida and Carolina, I'm going 5-1.
I'm gonna go 5-2 or 4-2. Sorry.
Okay, after Florida, we'll play Missouri. That's a win. I'm going 6-1.
I'm gonna go
5-2.
5-2.
Play Texas A&M. That's a loss.
I'm gonna go 5-3.
I'm gonna go 6-2. JSU versus South Carolina. That's a win.
6-3.
Vanderbilt. That's a win.
7-3.
Kentucky. I think that's a win.
What did we do with Kentucky last year?
It's at home against Kentucky.
I'm gonna say win.
So you're going 9-3 at that point.
Yes.
9-2.
No, I said 3 losses already. I was.
Oh, so you're
8-3.
8-3.
8-3. Yes.
And I'm 9-3.
Yeah.
Or 9-2.
Clemson at home, baby. Let's go. 9-3.
That's a toss up. I don't know. It just depends on Clemson. I don't know what Clemson's gonna
Yeah.
do. That's so hard for me.
I like
I
naturally.
can't say that one.
Usually, I would say I picked them 8-4, and that's what I'm trying to say is like I won't pick Carolina to lose against Clemson, so that's why I'm saying 9-3 in that situation. But
So we're going 10-2.
I'm going 8-4 on the season. I think that's what realistically that's what
No, I
we'll
think
go.
9-3 is
I
realistic.
think best case scenario is 9-3.
So I think you trade Clemson or Georgia. We're going
It's
to
a
win one of those.
tough
We're going to win one of those
schedule.
games.
It's a tough schedule.
We're going to win either Clemson or Georgia. I got a good feeling, man.
I hope so. But yeah, Georgia, you're going to be in the Final Four. So I picked the Georgia fans have been they've been coming after me lately. They've been coming after me, and I've picked them to win the championship 2 years ago. I was right. I picked them to win the championship a year ago. I was right. I picked them to finish in the Final Four, which is probably where I'm going to finish. Before we haven't done our preseason predictions yet, but as of right now, I have Georgia finishing in the Final Four. I mean, just off the schedule and like pure talent. I mean, they have so many 5 stars. Brock Bowers is still there. He's going to be dominant.
So good. It's so stupid that he's still there.
There's not a better.
It's so stupid he's still there.
I mean, he's more dominant than Kyle Pitts was, and he's doing it earlier. He's doing Kyle Pitts shit earlier than Kyle Pitts shit.
3 years in versus Kyle Pitts 4 years.
Yeah,
he's 2 years versus 4.
He's somebody I would love New England to pick up. I would love it. I mean, everybody wants Brock Bowers.
Yeah,
he's
that's
amazing.
Right. Just like everybody want to be John.
It's
the Bijan
minute. Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted the Eagles game so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like really next week is going to be our college football predictions, and then
Is it next week or you want to do it on the 26th?
So next week will be our college football predictions, and then the 26th will be our NFL Super Bowl predictions.
Yes.
So if y'all are ready for that shit, tune in.
Please tune in. I would love to. I would love to hear from the Georgia fans in the comment section. Let us know what you think. I think that
Let us know what you think. I think.
yeah. I think that I think you're going to get in the Final Four. I think it's going to be great, but I think that the fact that you lose Stetson Bennett's
Stetson's plural.
Yeah.
What did you say earlier that was plural?
It was something else. I said, yeah. Stetson's Bennett. Yeah.
Stetson's Bennett's.
Yeah.
Stetson's Bennett's.
You lose Stetson Bennett's.
Stetson's Bennett's.
His
education and knowledge.
His
presence.
And this is not me trying to knock like him staying in the NCAA. I think that's a great move for pocket passers, or even any like Connor Shaw style, like undersized. They don't have like the physical traits.
Right,
like I think it's a good idea for like the people, like the athletes who really don't have the physical traits.
Oh, to stay until
their senior year. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, to like build that resume.
I don't think it felt like you were trying to knock them to begin with.
Okay, but I think that I think a lot of Georgia fans are defensive towards people making the argument of Stetson Bennett like staying longer, like he's a 27-year-old man playing with athletes. So like I think that's the narrative that like
no, he definitely should have stayed. I mean,
what he did was very smart, and I think that a lot of like undersized. And I mean, even not even necessarily undersized. I think a lot of athletes,
even as an NFL scout, you look at Stetson Bennett won the fucking that 1 year. Oh, I mean, it's lucky. You win two goddamn championships.
Yeah. We got a guy
that's undeniable, dude.
You have a guy who when you have talent around him, he can rise to the occasion.
And guess what he's gonna have
like
in the NFL?
A Jalen Hurts.
Oh
there is a connection between Jalen Hurts and Stetson Bennett, and I think it's just the ability to play football, the ability to be a leader.
I really like that connection, man.
Yeah,
and I want to shit on Jalen, or I want to shit on Stetson Bennett, but guess who I also wanted to shit on? Jalen Hurts. I was so mad when the Eagles drafted him.
I've been the biggest denier of Jalen
I was so
Hurts.
mad whenever the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
and guess who Stetson Bennett gets to sit under in the NFL?
Matthew Stafford.
Yes, another goddamn Georgia legend. Who played the Lions for so long.
Turnover machine.
Oh, my God. No, but fucking Matt Stafford is a fucking legend. But he's just playing with the Lions.
He is a beast, son.
And then he goes to the Rams, wins the fucking Super Bowl, has a tough year because of injury. And guess what? Now he's got one of the greatest Georgia players of all time. Arguably the greatest Georgia player of all time. I mean, you can't say.
Yeah.
It's top 3, top 5.
Yeah. I'd probably say Herschel Walker's.
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
But like one of the greatest Georgia players of all time.
Yeah.
And, like, Matt Stafford's going to mentor this kid so much. You know he was pulling for him already.
Oh, yeah. You know he's going to.
Like, he's going to put every ounce of knowledge. He's going to put so much care and tenderness into this.
And
kid.
I think he's in the perfect place around the
perfect.
Sean McVay offense. It would not.
Is he really 27, though? How old is Stetson Bennett?
Stetson Bennett?
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I'd say 24.
Yeah, 24,
No,
25.
he
might be 25.
No, he might.
He got to be older than that.
No, he might be 27. I know Braden Whedon was like 27, I want to say.
He's 25.
Is he 25?
That's old as fuck.
How old?
That's older than me.
How old was Brandon Whedon?
God damn it! I just exited out of Google Chrome.
And look up Kerry Collins. The original like old school guy was
Brandon Whedon.
Brandon Whedon, yeah, from Oklahoma State. When he got drafted, I think he was like 27, which is crazy to spend like a 9th pick in the first round on a quarterback that old. Shows how desperate you are. You know, Chris Winkie
was 28 in 195 days when he went to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, and he really showed out. I think
he didn't show out that much.
dude, even the first year, Brandon Whedon for the Cleveland Browns played fairly well, and then after that, he sucked.
Well, look, guys,
it's been fun.
We've got our college predictions, our college playoff
coming up soon,
and national championship predictions coming up in the next episode 57. That'll be August 20th, I guess.
I'm coming for you, Georgia fans. When you lose,
I'm coming in you, Georgia fans.
When you lose, this is the face you'll see.
The Gamecocks are going 9-3. I'm calling it right now. They're
going
to either beat Georgia or they're going to beat Clemson.
I'm going to take a deeper look into the.
If they beat Georgia, the problem is, my guess is if they beat Georgia, they lose to Clemson.
I can't pick them to beat Georgia.
If they beat Georgia, they lose to Clemson. If they lose to Georgia, they beat Clemson. They're going 9-3. That's my guess right now. You're hearing it now. As before the fucking official college football guess.
I hope you're right. I'm gonna pick them to lose both of those games. But
and then on the 26th, we've got our fantasy football draft. We're gonna have a fucking guest on that shit for the goddamn NFL predictions, baby, the Super Bowl predictions.
Yes.
We've got football episodes coming up.
Yeah, it's
But
football
we're,
season.
but we're still keeping it real, man.
We're keeping it real.
We're keeping it real as the motherfucking.
When keeping it real
we're keeping
goes
it real
right.
as the homies.
Yes.
It's been
Yes.
such a good podcast, man. Cheers.
It's been fun.
It's been good to be out here with my brother
Yeah, with
from
your
the same
brother.
mother.
Yes.
Cheers, man.
Love you guys. Like and subscribe. Please hit that bell icon.
5 stars on Spotify. I love you.
Yes. Love you guys.